Okay, let's turn that off. Okay, we should be live now. Hi, hello, people. All whatever amount that watches this Mulligan Opinions. First off, I want to apologize about the episode titling, and by episode titling, I mean I think it says episode 7. I think it's really episode 6. I think somewhere on the line I added in a number, probably because the two chuckle fucks.
We had episode 4v2, right?
Yeah, that was episode 6. And this is now episode... Yeah, like I said, I think before that I messed up somewhere. You keep quiet. I haven't even asked your name yet. You make me host this shit. Guess who makes the fucking calls around these parts? I do. I have the power, not you.
You can't count.
You know, for us making you host, you do a lot of making us do things.
Like what? What do I make you do, huh?
Show up on time, be ready for things. My God.
Yeah, what? Next thing I want to do is have fucking wardrobe and put us all on camera one of these days. How are you going to feel about that, huh?
I want to wear a monocle.
Yeah, I bet you fucking do. You can pay it yourself.
Right,
Monocles ain't cheap. All right, okay. But nonetheless, welcome to Mulligan Opinions, episode 7 or episode 6. Whichever one. Couldn't fucking tell you. Think it's episode 6. It's labeled episode 7, though, for my own sanity. But yeah, I am, as always, one of your gracious hosts, Clone595. You'll hear me called Ryan, because that's also my name. And today I have with me Gazorp, also Alex.
Yeah, I'm not Xander. And
Fantastic.
The other host is Xander, who isn't me.
And next we have Xander, who evidently isn't him.
I am not Gazorp. This is a fact of life.
I hate how they force me to hate them, slightly but surely. But lovely today, we have a guest. As always, we've been rotating our friends on because why not? We have no one else to talk to. We're not lonely. Is our friend Tristan.
Yeah, and I'm not Gazorp or Xander.
He gets
Doing
it.
great.
He's
Gets
also
it.
not clone.
No, you got to make that known. Yeah, but Alex is clone.
Yeah,
now.
obviously.
I could be.
Yeah.
It hasn't been stated.
It hasn't been stated yet. You never know. Complete mystery. You absolutely never know. Anyway, yeah. We're kind of scrambling today because, yeah. Yep. I've also been told to turn down the background noise and up the news stuff. So hopefully the news doesn't blow out your eardrums and hopefully the background noise isn't too loud now. But what I want to start off with today is, I'm trying to think of things. This is the first podcast of the new year, correct? So, I mean, how are your thoughts on 2023 so far, guys? Ladies and gentlemen.
So far, things have, from my closed world perspective, been about the same as usual. Things seem to be really picking up internet-wise. Like, COVID is definitely under wraps and lands are underway.
Good. Okay, I am live on Twitch. Good.
Did you not know
Okay.
if you were?
No. I don't know if Streamlabs is shooting itself or Twitch is shooting itself, but yeah. Okay, so things are going good for Xander. That's good. How about you, Mr. Tristan?
It's alright. Same year, different, same shit. The usual.
Same shit, different year. Yep.
Yeah, we're just getting glazed past the fact that you got a new love of your life. Let's talk about that.
Yeah, tell me
let's
about
not.
that. Let's talk more
I
about
don't
that.
know.
Love life? Are we going to turn into a love talk podcast?
Haven't had one of those yet.
Let's not. I don't have good relationship advice most of the time.
So let me get this straight. You were working in a restaurant, and you're like, I'm gonna screw the waitress, and now you're dating.
Yeah, I mean, it's not the first time this has happened, but
Can safely
this
say
actually
that.
seems like it might work out.
You say it
Seems
sucks?
like it
see.
might work out. We can write that down.
Wow. Fucking, I feel like half the internet's yelling at you now.
Probably.
Probably. Yeah, no, I'm notorious for fucking with coworkers.
Oh,
Look,
yeah,
it's
you
just a
are.
restaurant. It's just a restaurant thing, guys. It happens. It just comes with the territory.
Now I know you and Clone are both cooks. If you guys were to host a restaurant, if that was a passion you guys went down of owning your own restaurant, what kind of restaurant would you guys run?
We haven't even asked Alex what his New Year's going, but okay, cool.
Yeah, as Alex.
You're right. Let's go to Alex. How's he doing over there? Quiet as ever.
I'm great.
You high yet?
No.
Never said
Yeah.
that before.
What? No, I'm good.
That's
Nothing
it?
new happens to me.
Just
I'm in
Alex
the
being
world of
quiet and
IT, of
weird.
going to people's houses to turn their VPNs off.
Bro, by the way, Angry Cat was fucking.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. So everyone's having a same year still.
What about you, clone? How's your new
Yeah.
year?
I bought a
Yeah,
camera.
Clone.
I've been fucking
You
around
bought that
with
last year. That is not 2023
Listen
news.
here. It arrived
Fake
at my house
news.
in January. Suck my dick.
No, it didn't.
It did it. Good point.
He's lying.
I mean, New Year,
Gaslighting all of you.
I did my local zoo lights like I do every year. I mean, that's fun. It's kind of like, if in the weeb speak, that's like visiting a shrine for me. Because, we don't have that around here. I'm not religious.
Oh, speaking of weebs, I have information that's making my life a pain in the ass. And by my life, I mean Madeline's life's a pain in the ass.
Let me guess.
So,
we're skipping fighting the government, and we're going for the laugh tail.
No, you wanna know how
Damn it.
fucking difficult it is to find a hotel on the weekend her and I are getting married because of a specific thing that's happening
No
downtown
shot.
Detroit?
No shot.
Fucking YomaCon is the same weekend.
Oh,
So
God.
Madeline's like, I swear to God, if we go places and there's people in cosplay behind us, I'm gonna be not happy. I was like, nah, fucking get him in those photos. I can't wait.
I can't
How-
wait to bring my camera and be like,
That'd be
I'm gonna photographer vise. I don't
I'm going
fucking
to
know.
foot.
I'm gonna take photos of you and Maddie. No, I'm gonna fucking take, sexy anime.
Yeah,
lady
which
right
also
behind
means you can also get YomaCon tickets and then go that weekend as well.
Yeah, because I'm definitely not doing that.
Bro, okay, hold on. Alex, hear me out.
What?
Instead of tuxedos,
Brown suits.
all of the groomsmen
Brown
come in cosplay.
Cosplay? I don't know what that is, but
Is that like cosplaying toes?
Cosplay. We just
Yeah.
cosplay.
That would
I said that to Madeline and she said, quote, don't make my day worse.
that would be an extremely exciting wedding to watch, like
I think it
everyone
would be
in anime
hilarious.
outfits.
All of us just
Listen.
lined up.
Sean's wedding, he better be in his fursuit, that's all I'm saying.
I don't think he owns one
Yet.
yet. He doesn't know what my birthday present's gonna be for him this year.
A fursuit? You're gonna spend $1,500 on a fursuit?
Fuck no, I'm gonna spend $1,500 on a computer for me.
Wait, whoa, $1,500? What are you? What?
You don't know the price of
You do not know
fursuits?
how expensive fursuits are, and that's on the cheap end, bro.
I can't say I've been down this rabbit hole.
Neither
Let's
have I.
hold on. Let's rewind. How'd you go down this rabbit hole?
My coworkers, their friend's wife is a furry who actually owns one, so they were going through the pricing with me. Because when I went bowling with them, we had to have fuel to make fun of her. I mean, just being a furry is not quite enough because she's used to those comments, so we had to get very specific with, I can't believe you spent $1,500 on the body of your fursuit alone. What's wrong with you?
Oh
This
my
is
God.
like she only owns one, right? Like you're not gonna tell me she owns like 3 or 4.
so.
Bro, if you own 3 or 4 of those, they're like $1,500 to like $3,000 a piece. That's a level I will never understand.
If we Google, the average fursuit actually costs between $21.45 and $26.45 US
God.
dollars. So $2,500.
Dude, that's an expensive ass kink.
Yeah, of course it is.
Like, you know how much handcuffs cost? Like 17.
Hey, Tristan.
What?
This is when I googled average fursuit costs.
Oh,
this was
no.
in the top photos for me.
Oh my god. What the fuck? I'm not pulling that up on stream, by the way.
That's actually hilarious.
For those home viewers, it's a big titty fox.
Yeah, beautiful.
They also got one with abs. It's got a 8-pack.
Built-in ab 8-pack. Wow. And if only you could just use some plaster to make yourself abs, you know?
Yeah. You can use plastic to make yourself some abs.
Want me to eat
But some
plastic?
engineers will look at you weird because it's like ABS or something. Quite sure.
Oh yeah, that's why they're gonna look at you weird.
Yeah, I was
Yeah.
just saying, I don't think that's the reason.
ABS? Is that what you said?
Yeah,
Anti-locking
it's a
brakes?
plastic. There's too many things with ABS now. ABS is a type of plastic.
I forgot about that.
Acrylinon trial. I can't fucking say that second word. Butadiene styrene.
So what you've just said is
It's amorphous plastic that doesn't have a melting
Styrofoam.
point. It just becomes soft.
What you've told me is it's styrofoam.
Doesn't Monster Mesumi or whatever get another season?
I have no idea.
Yeah, it has
Monster
2
Monster.
seasons.
Oh, did it come to an end after the second season? Or is
I don't
there
think
more
they've
to come?
updated it yet to whatever. I don't know. They caught up to the manga a couple years back. I don't what. Where is this going?
You guys were talking about Lamias, and I was thinking about the queen of all Lamias.
Hmm.
I mean, I watched the first episode of that. I thought it was
Season 2
decent.
isn't out. What are you fucking talking about?
Isn't there 24 episodes?
I didn't think so.
It's the 24 season 1, I think.
Is it? Again, we're talking. It's old enough that could be one season. You're not wrong.
I thought there was more to come of that.
There might be. I mean, I don't think the manga is. It might be over by now. I don't know. I'm not really one to look into Monster Mesune.
You don't understand a good story.
No, and
Good story.
No, apparently it debuted on July 24th? I don't know. I can't find anything really about it. Is it on Crunchyroll?
Yeah. Well, it was. I don't know what
sign in
happened
now.
after the Funimation Sony acquisition.
Instead, you sat through a backwards storyline based of Trigun.
Hey, I mean, I'm gonna give it a shot. I'm gonna give it 3 episodes. I'll probably end up watching it so I can make fun of it.
It seems interesting. I can't get over the art style. The Nier
Is
one is good.
Crunchyroll-
The inner one is good.
Does
You gonna watch-
Crunchyroll not have this?
Have what?
Monster Musume.
Oh, I have no idea. Are you gonna watch the Nier Automata anime? Kazor?
Meh.
Meh, that's fair. Tristan doesn't watch any animes, does he?
Not
No,
anymore.
I just got Alex to watch to start
No,
Demon
I
Slayer.
found the fucking thing. To start Demon Slayer, I've seen all of it already, bro. What are you talking about?
Well, not you, the other one,
I literally had that conversation this morning. Alex.
the
see.
one that I give a fuck
We're just,
about.
listen here. We have Alex and we have Tristan's GF. We don't have to name names.
Alex,
Unfortunately, this show's videos are not available. Crunchyroll, you're really breaking my balls.
What, on
here.
Monster Mesme? Really?
Yeah, I'm fucking Crunchyroll.
I'm sure they're on Hentai Haven, right?
High Dive. That's why I own High Dive.
It's on High Dive? Really?
That's why I own High
Wow.
Dive. Season 1, 12 episodes. That's it.
I could have sworn there was 2.
You know how many people I listen to bitch about there's too many platforms, and you're like, this is why I own High Dive. I've never fucking heard of High
Neither did I.
Dive.
High Dive
High
has
Dive
all of the
has
good
all
ones.
of the good ones.
That
That's the ones who
Funimation
watch-
is too
hold on.
bitch to have on their thing.
hold
Yeah.
on. It says the ones that
Crunchyroll
I
is
don't know,
fantastic.
You guys
Crunchyroll
like
doesn't
lifestyle
have Made in Abyss.
Yeah,
High Dive
yeah.
does.
They don't have the ones that are. You see, the funny thing is, they don't have Made in Abyss, right? Yep, they have things like Goblin Slayer. Funimation
But-
even teased the idea of having what was
Funimation has
the
Goblin Slayer.
what
Oh,
was
there's like way more fucking girls in Panzer than I thought. There's like 3 fucking seasons of this shit, and it's
no
on
no no
High
no no
Dive.
no. There's one season, then there's like 6 OVAs, and then there's a movie.
Well, I'm looking at this
Funimation
Girls
had
und
Goblin
Panzer
Slayer.
Das Finale Part 3.
Yeah, that's a movie.
Oh, is it?
What
Yeah,
what platform
pretty
is
sure.
Demon Slayer on?
on
All
Crunchyroll.
of
Demon
them.
Slayer's
Demon
on
Slayer's
all of
too
them,
popular to not be on all of them. I think
Demon
it's on
Slayer's
Netflix.
Demon
even
Slayer is
on
literally the
Netflix,
number
yeah.
one anime in Japan, I think, right now, or at least it was when it first came
I
out.
thought it was I thought it was Chainsaw.
It was in
Chainsaw
like
Man.
2000. Yeah, Chainsaw
Is
Man
it-
is right
Dude,
now.
Did
Chainsaw
finally
Man
overtake
is everywhere. Even as someone who doesn't watch anime, it is on every TV list. It's everywhere.
I need to watch that too because I've heard good things.
I have no idea what it's about. I haven't heard anything about it, but it
I
is
don't know.
so
All I know-
popular. It's so popular.
It is popular as fuck. It's as popular as Demon Slayer was when it first.
I think it's more popular because even Demon Slayer didn't get its way in my TV calendars.
Chainsaw Man, Mob Psycho Season 3. Oh, I forgot Bleach was even showing.
Yeah,
Bleach
Bleach
is
is
still
coming
a
out
thing.
again. I can't fucking it revamped. I think was it last season or is it this season? I think it was last season they started redoing.
I
or
know
not
I'm gonna
redoing it, but
regret
making
this,
more.
but what is a quick synopsis of Chainsaw Man?
There's a man.
What do you mean? What do you mean quick, motherfucker? There's like 12 episodes.
I've heard it's kind of
Okay.
depressing.
Can you wrap that up in about 6 to 7 sentences?
Yeah. Okay. Ready for this? I'll do one sentence and then Clonus to do the next.
Okay.
We'll alternate here.
All right, I'll count.
Main character's named Denji. His dad was owed a lot of money to the mafia, and then his dad died. Then mafia said, "Well, you're ours now."
Okay.
And then he was walking around, I don't know, doing shit, and he found a little he found a little dog with a chainsaw sticking out of its head. I'm sure you've seen the plushies and stuff like that, Xander.
No, I haven't.
Oh, okay, that's a damn shame.
No, we haven't.
And so then he found this thing, and it's a chainsaw, and he uses it to kill demons, or rather, devils, I guess is what they're called.
Why can he? The chainsaw allows him to see the demons.
No, it allows him to kill the demons.
How does he
Everyone
see-
can see the devils. So the
okay.
devils are incarnations of fear from humans. So, like, let's say, there's a series of knife killings in an area. Now people are starting to become more scared of knives. The knife devil will then appear, but there can only be one of each devil at a time, right? So once they appear, typically they don't go away. And then dictating on how much fear the human race has towards that specific thing dictates how strong it is.
And then, so from there, he dies.
And then you thought killing me would kill me.
Denji dies, and then Pochita, who's the chainsaw
It's a
devil,
dog.
it's a little dog with a chainsaw coming out of its head, replaces
said that.
Denji's heart with his whole body. So Denji basically is a little chainsaw dog morphed into his own heart in his body, and he's a chainsaw cord that comes out of his chest.
Right.
Yeah.
You thought
Full
killing me
cord.
would kill me, right?
Yeah.
Pull cord, become Chainsaw Man.
Yeah,
Chainsaw
okay.
Man can heal by drinking the blood of a devil.
Like every other devil can. No,
Yeah.
it's drinking the blood of anything, such as the
Yeah.
blood of
All
Christ.
right. This is some Kojima level
What?
craziness.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
And
Hold on.
now Denji gets a job at the public safety because the Yakuza die when he dies because they try to make a pact with the zombie
a
devil.
lot for
who-
12 episodes. Like we
This
move
is
it quick.
episode 1.
Wait.
This is the groundwork, and this is gonna be what takes the longest to explain. After this,
What-
it's just like they do some shit. So he gets saved by the public safety lady named Makima. He then gets a job in public safety, but since he's in like the devil killing division, but since he's like an anomaly, typically you make a contract with the devil to get like some form of power to then help you fight other devils.
Besides power.
Well, Denji is just fused with
He's
one.
a fiend.
Yeah. So basically, they say if you don't work for us, we're just gonna kill you. So he gets
Yeah.
paid and everything. He loves his life because he can actually afford things like bread.
Okay.
Bread
this sounds,
and toast.
This sounds crazy as fuck.
It's
okay.
really,
And then-
it's
Since
really
you
weird.
both have seen it, what do you guys think of it? Do
I've never
you
read the
like
manga
it?
though.
It's great. I love it.
It's decent. My only issue with it,
Is it like top 5?
no.
Not right now. I'll have to watch it longer. But Xander, to wrap it up, once they get all of this groundwork out of the way, it then goes into, listen, let's go hunt some fucking devils.
Yeah.
Heard some shit's happening over here. Go over here. There's no overarching story, but like the overarching story is the most powerful devil in the world is the gun devil, who like killed millions in under a second or some garbage in America.
Yeah.
And then disappeared. And they're trying to find him to kill him.
No, it's quite the
All
wild
right, now I
ride.
feel like I have to watch it.
There's your TLDR.
I can continue TLDRing, but yeah, that's a pretty good
It
description.
was supposed to be
of
7 sentences. That was way more.
Yeah, and then
Seven
after I did
sentences? Did he say
sentence,
seven?
yeah, he did. And after I did or like the first sentence out of those 7, Clone started with. So he's walking around, right?
I mean, you're
And
right.
I knew it just wasn't gonna happen after.
See, I always have to contrast here. Oh yeah, that was a really well done, start of the TLDR. Anyway, so here's the start of the first episode.
Yeah, little fucker. Making me work.
Yeah, so it's
Yeah,
a
I'm
good
probably
one.
watching
There's
this
also a couple other good animes because first season of
Vinland
anime.
Saga season 2's out.
Yes, that came out today, the first episode. So this first couple of weeks here of January, we've seen the first couple of episodes of this winter, I guess, season of anime, spring. I don't fucking know what it is. And there's some good ones. I haven't watched all of them so far. I've watched like 5 of the new ones. I haven't watched Vinland Saga yet, but
So is this
it's
like
gonna
the
be
new
good.
start the start of a new season for
Yes.
anime? Like,
Yeah.
oh, okay.
Yeah, it's like always spring.
How did I not know
Well,
about
winter,
this one?
spring.
I'm actually browsing Crunchyroll on my computer instead of my TV, and let me tell you, watch
There's a-
list.
Yeah,
list.
literally me. Yeah, I logged on my phone. I'm like, ah, crap. I gotta go to my computer and like watch list a bunch of this stuff. I really like the Angel Spoils Me. Next door Angel Spoils Me.
I
whatever the fuck it
don't
is.
try it again. Redo it. Type it out. I can't know what you're fucking saying when you do shit like that. You butchered it too hard.
It has to do with Angel Spoils Me Next Door. I think somewhere wrong. Those words are in there in the title.
Managing a menagerie is hard. I understand. I get it.
Managing my mind is hard. I'll pull it up really quick. But that one's pretty... I don't know if I'm going to like where it goes, but the first episode is like, if this stays platonic, this will be a very wholesome anime. If it goes rom, it's a rom drama, which can be good or bad, because there's not a lot of comedy. But I love the girl because she's deadpan as fuck. It is The Angel Next Door Spoils Me Rotten.
I think the titles of anime are what turned a lot of people off.
Oh, you don't think Reincarnation of the Strongest Exorcist in Another World, or Onamari, I'm Now Your Sister, or...
Scorching Ping Pong Girl?
Or maybe
I
the
think
magical
the titles
revolution of the
really
reincarnated princess.
I don't think it's the content that isn't popular. I think it's the titles that are unpopular.
You don't like the light novel titles turning into anime title? And
Like,
it's
you
a
know why
paragraph
Attack on
long?
Titan and Demon Slayer are so big? Because
they
those
have
are
two
decent titles.
Because they're not called Engage Kiss.
I think
You
we're
didn't
getting
like
somewhere.
Engage Kiss?
You know why Dragon
haven't
Ball is
watched
so
it.
popular?
You
'Cause
haven't
it's fucking
watched it?
Dragon.
You can't make fun of Engage Kiss until you watch
And then
it.
we have, and you thought there's never a girl online? That's like some fucking incel level shit. We
that's an
don't-
old
They
one,
don't
though.
actually use. I'm looking at titles, bro.
There,
Have you watched that one yet?
No.
Oh, also, that one's a pretty funny
Oh.
one.
when I was browsing TV shows the other day, there was the Handsome Husband or whatever anime that's on Netflix.
Okay.
Or
The Way of the House Husband?
Yes. And I was like, what the fuck kind of name for a show is that? And then I was thinking about all the other names for anime, and I think the ones that get me the most are my mom is like an RPG. The
Oh,
RPG
do you love your
ones.
mom and your their two
Yeah,
multi-target attack? I
like-
literally was about to mention that one.
Those ones, and like there were so many names like those that I'm like, the anime names just don't make sense at all, like at all.
Also, Alex, I don't know if you know. Granted, I guess this goes for anybody, but I don't know because Alex is the one here that actively watch anime. Bungo Stray Dogs season 4 starting. Excited because it's been like 5 years since the last season.
I haven't watched Bungo Stray Dogs.
I would recommend. Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of good anime.
I've
I
actually
could go
heard
on
of that
about
one.
it. What'd you say, Tristan?
I said I've actually heard of that one.
It's a good one. I would highly
I've
recommend
probably
it.
heard of it from you though, so I mean that's not saying much.
I haven't talked about it much because it's like a detective agency show, so I like it because it's kind of mystery detective-y. So
I don't know. It definitely rings a bell.
but yeah, so there's some good seasons out. There's some good stuff coming out here.
I know we've got the Nier anime and the Trigun anime. I'm not happy about the Trigun one, but the Nier one looks great.
I still gotta watch
Trigun
Golden
can
Kamuy.
be good as long as they don't
Golden
fuck
Kamuy?
it.
Is that what you said?
Yeah, I still gotta watch that. I still gotta watch To Your Eternity. I gotta watch Samurai
have not
Champloo.
watched-
There's too much shit on my list.
You haven't. I need to watch
Don't
season
even
2.
talk to me.
Don't even.
To Your Eternity. I haven't watched Golden Kamuy, but Kamiri? Oh, fucking whatever. I have watched Samurai Champloo because it has Steve Bloom.
Remember the days of being all caught up on anime? Long
No.
gone are those.
Those days are long fucking gone because whenever there's a drought in a
fuck is
season,
this?
right, and you're like, I'm not gonna watch any new seasonals because they're shit.
And it's like the next big bang.
And there's a good banger normally, but then it's like I want to go find this animes that I haven't watched like from a decade ago, and so you just binge a bunch of old ones and you forget about the next season. Then there's 15 million episodes of things you gotta watch. It's
Like this
Oh,
shit I've just
God.
found that is now on my watch list called The Vampire Dies in No Time because season
What?
2 came out.
what?
Meanwhile, I'm holding on to the same animes: Gurren Lagann, Rosario Vampire.
The Vampire Dies in No Time. I've never heard of this. This looks funny though. 4.6 on Crunchyroll. Seems okay.
Is
I really
it a
should be looking up
rom-com?
them out.
It sounds like a rom-com.
No, it's a gag anime. to like Gintama, which you probably don't even know about either.
Gintama?
Gintama?
You mean the manga that is just a fucking light novel with pictures behind the text?
Yeah.
This is the
Yeah.
deepest level of a weeb you can be to understand what's happening
You
here.
know who they're talking.
We're on the
we know who you're
sidelines
talking
right now.
about.
Like, there's a reason in Discord they're
well,
on the left
dude.
and we're on the right.
The herbivorous dragon of 5,000 years gets unfairly
Yeah, but that's not-
villainized.
That's
That's a full ass title.
that is, but that's also a Chinese. What is a Chinese manga? It's not a manhwa. I don't think it's a. I don't know what the actual technical
Dude,
term
I
for it is.
have no fucking idea.
But it's that.
You know what it
It's
also
actually
is?
pretty good.
It's also a herbivorous dragon of 5,000 years. It's unfairly villainized. What the fuck is that title?
Fantastic.
Is there ever going to be a sequel to Gate?
Yeah, there was season 2 of Gate.
When did that come out?
That was not the answer he was looking for. When season 1? After season 1.
And I probably watched it, didn't I?
Yeah, you probably did.
Okay, is there going to be a sequel to that? What's up, buddy?
Like I fucking know.
You've one job.
Yeah, and there's nothing announced about Gate
Ugh.
season 3 or whatever.
You
I
know what
still need to
season two
watch
of
Gate
Gate's
Alive
called?
season 4 as well.
Who makes Gate?
So far.
I don't fucking
Xander.
know.
You know what season 2 of Gate's actually called?
What?
Passage. It's slightly longer too.
Terrible.
That's really bad.
You're welcome.
That's really, really bad. Okay, well, how about we get back to relevance so we can actually have
I don't even remember what
ads
we were talking
besides
about.
just
I
the
think
two
Two
of us.
stoned.
We're talking about.
The only
Wow,
thing I remember
I'm so
before this
glad.
conversation was furries.
We have three
Let's
stones.
not go back to that
Man.
one. Let's
We
not go
got
back to that
the
one. That one's a
furries.
silly place.
That's
Well, I know Xander at the beginning of all this is like, "Oh, Tristan, clone, what if you were gonna make a restaurant? What would you do? What was the style
Yeah, that's
or whatever?"
that was my my big thing for this podcast. Is 'cause
Oh,
you
was
both
it?
foodies.
Man, that's a really small thing to be a big thing.
and
So
I
we're
was
foodies.
derailed you.
I was
Hold
definitely
on.
I was definitely interested. I mean, I guess Kazorp's even more of a foodie. You had the Wagyu right a while
That was
back.
ages ago.
Yeah,
That was
I
like 2
remember
years
it though.
ago. I
You were
remember
very
it because
hyped
you're
about
a
it.
little bitch,
That too.
and you didn't share.
No, fuck you.
I mean, I wouldn't have shared.
God,
how
you're
much-
still living in the basement at that time. Holy crap!
Wasn't it?
was.
It was expensive as fuck.
Not to be honest, it's not that expensive if you want to get a singular portion. But how much they bought? Yeah, it's pretty fucking expensive.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Why would we not?
Plus,
You can get
again,
Wagyu's
because
burgers at Rendezzo.
yeah, okay, American
Yeah,
definition of
I know.
Wagyu is different than the Japanese. In America, you can
Yeah, I was gonna say it's not the
there's
same.
it's not actual Wagyu normally in America when you're buying like a Wagyu burger and stuff like that. That's where like, oh my god, a Wagyu burger for like $20. It's better quality beef than what you're gonna normally get, but it only has to be, I believe, 51% of not even like true Wagyu beef. It has to be like, I can't remember what is the actual terminology. There's like there's pretty much not Americanized Wagyu beef, but there's
Oak?
I was gonna say Kobe beef. But there's
I should know this, but I don't.
I can't remember there's a type of beef that technically is quote unquote Wagyu because in America we've bred with Wagyu cows and we've brought them over and blah 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 blah. But they're so
I think it might.
it's so
No.
diluted that
Well,
it's not actually Wagyu.
no, I
But
don't
because the cow is an offspring of like a third generation, twice cousin removed bullshit, it's technically Wagyu beef in America's eyes. So. But I think the stuff they bought was actually Wagyu because the way they were describing the flavors and textures. Because they said it melted in their mouth, and that's
It was
Yeah.
fucking A5
That's exactly what it's
Yeah,
supposed to be.
exactly.
And they
There was
cooked it.
import tax on that.
and there you go. See,
They
that's genuine.
smoked it.
then.
You guys did a bunch of shit with it, didn't you?
Yeah, we did.
Yo, Alex, we could totally do this one day.
Yeah, you could totally do it when
Wagyu
I'm
beef.
there.
I'm not doing it again. I could have a heart attack if I do it again.
Why?
It's
That
so
shit
fatty.
is-
It's
yeah.
so fatty.
It is
That's
so
the
fatty.
point of it.
That's why it melts in your mouth.
That's why it melts. It's barely any beef to fat, but that's the point of it.
If you
Exactly.
want to do that again, fucking ask Cody.
No, don't.
He doesn't have the budget
Oh.
for that.
It could be a twofer if you had a heart attack.
Oh, kind of right. Though.
It could be a twofer if anybody had a heart attack, because that would just be a funny way to go.
I mean, I'll take a heart
Oh,
attack at
God.
30, please.
Yeah, he was doing what he loves, eating just fat.
Eating just
Bro,
fat.
I am still astounded by how much money he spends on food.
Who?
Cody?
Yeah, Cody. Fucking, I don't even want
Hey
to
man, I mean, hey, he's living large and in charge. Ain't no thing
bro,
about that.
I wish Cody would just hire me to be his nutritionist.
When he went
Honestly.
through and like was like I was talking about how much he spends on like takeout and stuff. I'm like, bro, you eat better than any king in history has ever eaten. Like, holy fuck.
And it's all delivered to your door.
Yeah. I don't know. Again, like I was talking. I think I was talking to Xander earlier. Once my year of DoorDash goes away, I probably won't renew it because all these stupid restaurants have started off with their new fucking rewards program on their apps. So at that point, there's no point because I'll save $5 using the app and driving there rather than going through DoorDash.
Yeah, I'm too fucking lazy to drive though.
The only time I use
I'd happily
DoorDash
do it.
if I've been drinking
What
all
you're
day.
describing sounds like a form of a coupon.
It is essentially a coupon. It's just a lot easily. It's a more accessible coupon.
Sorry, what are you saying?
A
Sorry,
coupon?
Boomer.
You?
Oh wait, there's a hard U there, wasn't there?
No, there's
Yeah.
not a
There's
that
there's
doesn't exist.
coupon.
You
It's
doesn't
coupon.
come first.
You can say coupon or coupon.
Coupon.
I definitely didn't mispronounce coupon at all. I'm definitely not running with it.
It's like the word coup in
It's like
French,
coup, yes,
but you pronounce the
C-O-U-P.
P,
Yeah.
so it's coupon.
Or it's like the board game coup.
No.
Or it's like a chicken coop, which is spelled the exact same way as coup.
Coupon. Why'd you say coupon?
I said I didn't mispronounce coupon.
Yeah, he gets it now. He gets it now.
You know what? He figured it out. That's all that matters.
Yeah. I don't know. If I were going to do a restaurant, I don't fucking know what I would do. Like, my biggest reason why I haven't become a chef, and Tristan can kind of talk about this a little bit, is in the cooking industry, you don't get to make things. You have to follow a recipe and make sure it's standardized. You have to make sure it's this way all the time, exactly the same way. In my opinion, cooking isn't following a recipe. You should be following a loose recipe, but it should be kind of on the fly. It should be an art form, you know? You're like, oh, I got chicken, I got this and that. I'm going to make, you know, I don't know, whatever the fuck I can make with this and make it taste delicious and make it look good on a plate. That last part is something I've been working on lately because it's not something I cared about in the past. But as a chef, you don't get creative liberties unless you're the head chef making the recipes. And so that's where, like, I really admire the local foodies place that I have, or not foodies place, the local restaurant that I have, that it's kind of like that, where it's things don't have to be consistent. It's, you know, it's kind of homeschool cooking and you serve it. I like those types of places. The problem about that is they're hard and far between, and normally you have like a chef, and that's the chef, that's the owner of the shop, because they're doing that because that's their passion in life. So if I were to do a shop, it'd be like that. It would just be me cooking whatever the fuck I had on hand for people whenever I can. The menu would change probably day to day, whatever the fuck's in the fridge.
Whatever they have in hand. Somebody comes in. What do you got today? Oh, I got some eggs and some leeks in the fridge.
Yeah, exactly.
But the
like
leeks
why,
are
like-
water. I gotta get my fridge fixed. Some shit like that.
Like, I've worked like 5-star dining and shit where they do have strict fucking recipes. You gotta follow measurements and all that. That's kind of why I like the place I'm at right now, is because, like, if I come up with a good recipe, I can go to my chef and be like, yo, we can put this on special if you like this recipe. And he'll be like, yeah, let's do it. And then he also, like, has flexible ordering. Like, sometimes if he sees something that's really cheap, he'll just go for it. Like, recently we got short rib for Italian beef sandwiches. And it slaps.
See, that's kind of cool. I mean, that's kind of neat that you can kind of do that, because in my experience, a lot of those areas have just been like, go fuck yourself. You know.
Well,
you
it's
have to go
because
through
this
it,
place isn't corporate. It's family owned, so
too. Okay.
they're a lot looser on things like that. Like, if I come up with a good recipe and bring it to chef, and I'm like, yo, we can do this, like, mass quantity for little money compared to the profit, he'll do it. Like, I really want to do collards, but I don't know how they're going to hit up here. But I kind of want to throw that at him and see what he thinks of it. Because we do have, like, roasted chicken. So we could, like, pair it with that. But I don't think it would be, like, a normal side up here. Because it's not the South.
No, I don't know. I don't know about Tristan, but that's the kind of restaurant I would go for. It'd be more, you know, for me, I've thought about it as like, if I was retiring, I might do it on the side just to make some profit or something. But I realized, if you're doing that as a restaurant, you don't normally make money off of it. It's really hard to make profit in a restaurant.
It really is.
It's really, really rough. Even if you're doing it by yourself, selling it barely above cost and stuff like that, just the health inspections, the permits that you have to get, the this and that, the maintenance on the fucking stoves, all that crap. Even if you don't hire staff, it's just
maintenance
ridiculous.
on the buildings too. And
Yeah,
then,
well, if it's
you
off
gotta
of your home,
payroll.
it's a little better, but
It's a lot easier converting like an old restaurant into a restaurant than
can make your
converting
house into a
a
DoorDash
random
restaurant.
fucking building.
yeah, but you still have to have
I mean-
health codes and stuff like that. And a
No,
lot of
yeah,
people
but
aren't.
you have to go through health code, serve safe, and all that.
There's a lot of shit that goes into it, and it's not just the upstart; it's also the maintaining. Because the maintenance, you have to keep that shit spick and span, because you never know when an inspector's coming by.
Yeah, but I mean, people who are true food lovers, they
True
They
food
do it.
lovers.
you know what
We
I
don't
mean?
keep our
Oh,
shit fucking spot and span clean.
No, I definitely clean a lot more at work than I do at home.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to get
100%.
at. It's a fucking pain in the ass to clean. We clean to our standards, not health code standards, which is like using bleach on everything the day after.
It's terrible.
Bleach every day. No, it's bleach every day the night of. That's why
Yeah.
sandy buckets are a thing. So
When I was
shit.
working in a chef, or not a shop, but in a restaurant kind of like thing, even just the fast food portion of it, because I was at an amusement park, we bleached everything every night. And these type of places, normally, a lot of places are like, oh, we don't have any gloves that fit you. Me, okay, well, I kind of need that to use bleach. Them, no, you don't. You can use your bare hands. Me, all right, I'll go bloody then. Things like that.
I mean, yeah.
They're a lot better now, but I'm talking like a decade ago.
Well, ever since COVID, gloves are
Yeah.
way more of a
So a lot of
like
these restaurants
working in
aren't great to
restaurants
look at.
pre-COVID, dude. I used to know people who they just flour chicken with bare hands, and I'm like, why? Why would you do that to yourself? You know how long it takes to get that shit off your hands?
I done that a couple times, and I learned never again.
No, it's
Never
awful.
Again, it's so bad. You get a nice
I
little
do think-
cake of flour though. It's kind of cool. It's a weird texture.
That's how There was a place the same place I'm talking about. I worked in. We used to do that, and then you could test the oil with your
Yep,
finger.
with your finger.
Literally.
I mean, I've dipped my hand in burning hot oil before. It's not fun. Probably got second-degree burn. Might be one of the reasons why I have issues with it.
I doubt it.
I doubt
I
it.
burned myself so many times.
I know. I still have burns from using cast iron skillets. Yeah. I'm sure the other two of these people can relate to this at all.
I
know.
constantly imagine restaurants as just people in the back yelling "corner" after Tristan showed me that TV show.
Yep. That's literally that's the best The bear is the best portrayal of a fucking kitchen in a TV show ever.
You did say corner.
Nah, for me, it's just them just doing lines of coke or something off of the fucking.
That's what I
burners.
expect. Yeah.
All right, I mean that's also accurate, but it's a combination of the two. Okay. See, the biggest surprise from the bear is that all they did was smoke cigarettes. Nobody's going out and blazing it. It's fucking Chicago. It's legal there. They're definitely blazing it on the line.
No, and that's the story of don't go out to eat, kid. You never
No.
know what your food's laced with.
Of course, you want a stoner cooking food. Let's be real. They care more about that shit than they do their own food.
Yeah, they'll care about it until they slice their finger off without noticing it.
No.
This is me joking.
Most cooks with their fingers sliced off and be like, "You take over. I gotta go fix this. God damn it, son of a bitch."
The second time this
literally,
week.
anytime I cut myself at work, I just look at my sous chef and I'm like, man, you're gonna have to give me a second. I just run over to the sink, I start running water on it, and he's like, what happened? And I'm like, look
Oh,
at the
talk about
water. We know.
I don't want to talk about it.
Yeah, I cut myself today cooking, and I was like, I'm just doing my own things. And I'm like, did I cut myself? I'm like, no, it doesn't look like there's a cut. Continued on. No, there it came up again. I definitely did cut myself. Ah, crap. Always lovely.
That's one of the worst things is kitchens, you're so used to burning yourself, and then it starts to blister. You're like, what did I do? And
What
you
did I
look and
do?
you're like,
Oh.
or sometimes I mean, I've done it before where I've cut myself and didn't even notice.
Oh yeah.
And I'm sitting there and I'm like, why is there red on the board? I'm like, why is there blood on the board right now? And I look
I'm
and
not
I'm like,
cutting a
where
steak.
is it?
Yeah.
Where is it?
See, the problem is the chef's knives. I don't know how. I'm guessing you keep your chef knife sharp like you're supposed to, but it's sharp enough
I mean,
that you don't
mine
cut
is.
your, you cut
I don't
your nerves.
use mine at work though.
Well, I know.
I mean,
I'm
it
assuming the
can.
ones you have at work should be sharp. That's I would keep them sharp. But,
I would. I wish they were. They're fucking
oh
not.
god,
But
sorry to hear that. That would piss me
yeah,
off.
but
more
I
than
don't take
anything
my
else.
knives in because the kitchen's so small, so it's so hard to like find a place to put them.
Gotcha.
So, and I don't want to like use my knives where I use knives that work. My knives are too expensive.
That's when you can tell you have a true chef, when the knives are the most expensive thing in the house.
Honestly, I think the only thing that is more expensive in the house than my knife set is probably my laptop. Yeah. I think that's accurate. And that includes my phone, because my phone is only like $80.
There you go. Oh,
Yeah,
Lucas.
I think my laptop's the only thing that's more expensive than my whole knife set. And the whole knife set's got to be like $600.
there you go. Yeah.
You by yourself? You like gonna have this knife set?
You know how many times this man has sent me links of, yo, look at this fucking $200 knife. I'm gonna buy it. Man's fucking crazy sometimes. I
I mean,
do.
shit, I have two knives that cost $400 between the two of them.
I still really want a Damascus steel knife. That is one of my dreams. Still,
I mean,
love to have
Damascus-
steel.
You see, the thing is, Clone, is
Mhm.
Damascus steel is like a lost tech. We have like Damascus steel, quote unquote. We kind of know how they did it,
But no, we don't have true Damascus. No.
but we don't have true Damascus. But I agree. I mean, I do have one. That Shun that I have
Mhm.
is Damascus, quote unquote. The only thing is that like it loses its edge so fast.
Does it?
That's my only complaint.
Hmm.
And it's okay. So I went from like that Wusthof chef knife to the Shun,
Mm-hmm.
and the Wusthof just felt so sturdy comparatively. Like the Shun, I'm like, I need to be careful.
Interesting. I
gotta
still love
treat
my
this
Wustofs.
delicately.
I only have Wusthof knives. I have two professional grade, which means I have a rubber handle and it's a little better. Then a bunch of
Yeah.
home cook style ones, and they're all fantastic. They don't lose edge
No,
too
I
much.
want-
I sharp
you
or
and I have
steel
the
them
same.
anyways, but chef knife.
You
Yeah.
and I have the same Wusthof Pro.
Yeah. Yeah. It's
The
really
12,
good.
the full 12.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. I still love it. It's my favorite knife.
I traded in for 2 cast iron pizza pans because I wanted 2 cast iron pizza pans,
There you go.
and plus my work could use it. The kids on Salad Station love it. They're like, it's the only one that can slice a tomato. I'm like, yeah,
Yeah, because it's sharp.
yeah, and I haven't sharpened shit since I gave it.
I'm sure. I mean, it's not your responsibility. It's theirs.
Fuck no.
So no.
I should just so I can use it, but whatever. All right, topics.
Yeah, I was gonna say. Great. All right. You know. Let's get it over with. Xander, you got any news? I'll do the news ding-a-ling. Let me know if you got any.
No, I don't have too much news this week. We don't really.
I'm
need
pressing
news
it
sound.
anyways. Breaking news today at noon. Is it gonna go? You gonna work? Come on, do your thing. It's not playing. You wanna play? Come on, play for me. Oh, there it is. It's playing. It's playing. It's loud as fuck. I'm sure. I'm turning it down. It's playing now. Breaking news. Xander doesn't have any news. Moving on. All right.
So in Valorant, the new map Lotus is coming out, which is
Oh,
very
you
exciting.
have news. Oh crap! I'll keep it playing.
No, you can leave it. Just turn it off. The kind of a coincidental weird thing. A lot of gaming seasons and battle passes, yada yada. The new seasons are starting all relatively at the same time and ending all relatively at the same time. And normally there's always been like a 15 to month difference in span, but it seems like everyone is on the same, like almost every video game is running the same calendar now. So that's interesting. And that's really about it.
Well, that was the news. More at
Yeah.
11.
How about the environment? Any news on that?
Well, that's at the end of the podcast.
Oh, the end. But you only give one tip at the end.
You want me to talk about more environmental news?
It's a reminder for him to actually look up a fucking tip before we get there.
Yeah.
Environmental news I wanted to talk about today. I was going to make it my tip, but that's fine. 2 things. One, farmers finally won the right to repair their John Deere tractors.
No,
so
they
that's
won
nice.
the lawsuit. That's not in law yet, though.
It's not in law yet? Well,
No.
soon they will have their right to repair.
TM.
TM. Soon, Valve TM. So in other news besides that, Europe is banning all plastic, one-time use, cutlery,
Single-use
straws.
plastics.
Single-use
It's not
plastics,
that
yeah.
difficult.
So
Listen here, I was trying to frame it in a way that people
Like
might understand.
a
what
bottle of
single-use-
Pepsi?
No, well, it's probably not that, but more
It's a
like
one-time use, right? Like,
you can technically reuse it, even though technically it's
I
not the healthiest, because
guess.
if you pour water into it, you'll be drinking microplastics. But everything has microplastics in it now, so it doesn't really fucking matter. So that's happening. America, yeah, still burn it up, burn tires. No one gives a shit. Germany is pretty carbon neutral at this point. I don't think they're 0 yet. I know Chile's still 0. There's a couple other places that have been trying to go more carbon neutral, which is great. There's been more talks with potentially going to a 4-day work week for jobs in America, along with making it so more people can work at home, purely because studies have shown during COVID, when we were forced to work from home and not drive unless you're an essential worker that needed to be at an office or job or whatever, essential location for lack of a better term, because the carbon footprint went down because no one fucking drove. So that means not as much carbon emissions. So that's fantastic.
So you're saying everybody should stay home?
Ideally, what people should be doing is there should be more infrastructure in public transportation, or to be honest with you, if we just switch from fossil fucking fuels or electric using batteries, because the batteries aren't as good as people make them out to be, but it's a good
Band-Aid
alternative.
solution.
It's a Band-Aid solution that isn't really a Band-Aid anymore, because we're running out of those materials too at rapid rates, because Tesla has popularized electric vehicles so much for luxury vehicles that it's getting like that. I won't go there because we don't talk about Tesla, because fuck Tesla. But yeah, it's a Band-Aid that we need to think of new technologies to really go at. The problem is there's not a lot of movement in those sectors because there's not profit in those sectors at the moment. It's R&R. It's not R&R, R&D. So that's
R&R.
R&R. It's rest and recovery. But what I did want to say, at the very least, I think the people watching this, considering at this point, I'm sure they know about our views to some degree, and there are probably not a lot of people that are climate deniers or climate change deniers. Yeah, climate deniers.
Dude, the wind myth.
The wind's a myth.
Bro, the Earth stays the exact same 24/7. I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah, everything is room temperature. You just keep perceiving it wrong when you go outside.
Exactly.
Like it's
Wake
all
up.
just
It's a mental wake up sheet.
Yeah.
What I was gonna say is, even if you believe in climate change and stuff like that, a lot of people don't. A lot of the government don't make it out to be as bad as it is currently. For example, there's tons of places that are currently underwater when a decade ago there were islands full of people on them. I don't know about nations, but little small communities.
How did you word the beginning of that?
What?
There's tons of people underwater.
Underwater.
Dude,
I'm in tons of
Atlantis
places.
is real.
I'm in tons of places. Fuck you. What I'm trying to get at, what I'm trying to say here is, like, for example, I can't remember which president. I kind of want to say Brazil's new president was making a speech over land that was a little bit ago above water, but now it's underwater. I can't remember which country it was. I don't know if it was Brazil or someone else. I wasn't prepared. I don't have news articles up.
Brazil.
Cool.
They just got to get President
Yes,
Bolsonaro's
yes,
gone.
yes.
That's why I'm trying to say it's Brazil, because that's still fresh in my mind. But we don't talk about what's happening
Okay.
in Brazil. We will in a second, but I'm not done yet. Let me stand on my soapbox
You
here.
have mastered the lexicon.
Give it
Oh,
him ADHD.
What I'm trying to get at, this long-winded speech here, public speaking, is
Wind.
a picture tells 1,000 words. Even if
Oh,
you
no.
if you don't believe in it, or if you don't think it's as super bad as I'm trying to make it out to be, don't just look at the sad ones. Just look at how your climate in the area has changed over the past decade, your lifetime, perhaps. Like for me, the reason why I noticed it so much is when I was younger, my local climate wasn't this hot in the summer. It wasn't this stormy. It wasn't this and that. It was pretty mild. It rained a fuck ton, but it was pretty mild besides that. just look up different areas. Maybe look up a place that's an hour or two away from here that you used to go to frequently. Things like that. It doesn't have to be sad. You don't have to see the the polar bears melting in the ice. There are sad ones that really portray it, but those ones portray it away from you. And so it's hard to connect to that. So, just look locally, look at things near you that have changed dramatically and see just kind of the facts there and see how bad it's progressed since then. Because regretfully, at this point, we've gone past the tipping point with greenhouse gases where no matter what we do now, it's going to be forever a reaction that constantly is warming our planet and changing things. And so it's one of the things where I hate the term of restoration of, local areas, because it's at this point what's invasive and what's natural at that point. If something's been invasive for 50 years, is that not itself that it's now its homeland now? And so instead of removing it, how about we try, instead of removing it, combating it? Maybe trying to, rather than completely destroy it, be like, okay, this is now its natural habitat. We now need to work around it. Instead of trying to go back to old, we have to adapt, is what I'm trying to get at. And a lot of people don't understand that nowadays. A lot of people still want to go think about the past and think about, we got to get the forest back to what they used to be. Regretfully, there's no going back to what we used to be. Going back to what we used to be is practically impossible at this point. And that's my little fact.
Technology comes out to reverse it.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, there are huge carbon sinks. They can do its job. It's just we're not there yet. So I did want to point that out there. It's just look at some photos, think about it, use your head, check sources. Don't always believe what you're hearing things, even regretfully from your own government. Because, again, I know the UN was crying out back in like the 80s or 70s about global warming, about how we can't even increase our temperature by 0.5. It's too bad. And the governments were kind of like, well, we can't meet that goal because we're, thriving in an industry. They're like, well, we can technically go up to like 1.5. And that's like, that's like way past tipping point.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what the government's kind of used, was that tipping point that the UN eventually was kind of strong-armed into using. And there's a bunch of things like that, which it's hard to fully articulate the issues we have. Like, I know earlier last year, all the oil companies were getting finally figured out that they were paying scientists to make bogus information about how oil isn't causing climate change and stuff. But again, regretfully, it's just the time that we live in where there's so much information, so much misinformation, that it's hard to figure out what's true and what's not. And that's where I will never, ever be angry at a climate denier. Well, I will be, or climate change denier, and all these other things like that. But you have to understand their side of things. In this world that we live in, there's compromise, which we don't have anymore. No one ever hears the full side of the stories. They just think their side's right and they call it a day.
I'll start denying climate if I can compromise with this wind.
Compromise with this wind? Like, what were you talking about? Like 50% wind, 20% humidity?
No, he wants the wind to start going up so those trees go down.
Gotcha. That's that. It's like supply and demand, right? You gotta have one go up to go down.
Imagine if there was an anomaly at the root of every tree on the planet at the same simultaneous time, and it exploded, and every tree was gone forever. Glory for mankind.
You need help. Yeah, so that's my environmental tidbit. I won't do one at the end now.
I mean, shit, even being like gone for 7 years, coming back to Michigan, dude, it is warm as shit out right now for this time of year.
It sure is.
The fuck, Alex? What happened?
What happened? Clone, you want to go on your rant again, or do we
I can go for another 5 minutes. I almost went for 6. Like I said, I'm sure you guys have started to figure out. I could talk about this topic anytime Xander pokes me for hours. I could make an entire podcast. We could hire our friend artists to make us an environmental little logo for a day.
And I still get a different tip at the end.
You still need a different tip? Fuck.
Bro, it's 10:30 p.m. right now, and it's 35 degrees.
Dude, yeah, exactly. And we're in Detroit.
Although it looks like it's going to be rain, snowy this whole fucking week.
It's 31 degrees.
It's 46 degrees.
Yep.
Yeah, but you're on the West Coast, so...
Yeah, because it's
We'll
warmer.
be having
over
a
there.
cold-ass February.
Yeah, it's gonna get rough.
I promise you it's going to be snowing in April.
I know.
Promise you.
Sander, I don't disagree with your theory, because I have nothing to back it up, but I don't think it's gonna go that long.
We had snow in March.
Yeah, I believe March. Sounds right. That sounds like my childhood.
And it's been getting like later and later. I think we're gonna have snow towards like the first week of April, and like that's when it's not gonna start cooling off till like mid to end April.
I don't
I
know.
mean, again, I live in Pennsylvania, in the mountains. Goddamn 9 months of winter kill me now. I hate everything.
Yeah, but dude, we were in negative 22 weeks ago. It has been like 50
feel you.
degrees last week. What
I
the
feel you.
fuck?
It's terrible. Meanwhile, we got West Coaster in Oregon living the dream. Could be baking out in the sun, getting a tan.
Are you fucking kidding me? It's way too hot. Go fuck yourself. It's like my summers used to be at maximum. We'd get like a 90-degree.
You're
weather.
only saying that because you're a redhead and you burn easy.
Yeah, I do, and I sweat easy too because I'm fat, and I'm redhead, so I burn easily. So why the fuck would I go outside? Fuck the
Don't
outside.
be talking shit, Xander. Don't forget, I'm ginger too.
I forget that sometimes. No one makes fun of
Tristan's
you.
also a redhead.
Yeah, right? Alex knew me when I actually had red hair.
Yeah, he doesn't have red hair anymore.
Well, he's not a redhead anymore then. If he doesn't have red hair anymore, he's not a
Have you
redhead.
seen my fucking beard clone? Come on.
Yeah, Spirit's the only thing that's red.
Gotcha.
I mean, it's not the only thing.
He's
but-
got brown hair now. Well, yeah, and his downstairs beard too.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
It's called a carpet.
Your house downstairs bearded, bro?
That was the shittiest joke.
I
you
got
fucking
that like
said.
Hasidic Jew look going on, where it's like
Jesus
clean
Christ.
and then it's not.
When you stereotype yourself.
Oh,
Yeah.
fucking definitely.
We know
I
he
ain't
wants
got
to
no
fit in somewhere.
mustache, but we got a beard.
We ain't got no mustache yet. There's always
We
hope.
don't-
It might grow
We
on
don't
you.
got no mustache, but we got a beard. So
I'm fucking torturing myself with this right now, Clone. I just keep watching Amu Rice videos. It looks so good.
I've always wanted to make Ami rice, but it's so fucking hard because I have a hard time making an omelet nowadays. It used to be so easy for me, but I hadn't cooked with eggs for like 5 years. And so when
Omelets
I,
are
Alex.
easy. Yeah.
but you
Send me
try
a
not
recipe.
doing it without a fucking non-stick pan. It's hard as fuck. I don't know. Mine always stick.
I have a
and
non-stick
burn.
pan. Alex, send me a recipe.
That's what I was
I
watching.
might be able to do it.
Literally, my only issue with it is the omelet part. I just need to learn how to make an omelet again. If I can cook ass and mean ass steak, but can't fucking make an omelet.
Why?
What? You
I
can't.
don't fucking
Can
know.
Can you cook eggs to temp, clone?
What do you mean by the temp? You mean not super fucking dry? Yeah, I don't like them that way, but
Easy. Do you know your temps for eggs? Sunny,
Fucking no.
easy, medium, hard.
sunny side up is like you cook it. You start getting browning on the outside and you call it a day.
Oh.
Unless you want a super runny yolk, then you have to do it less. And then if you want
Oh.
a
Dude,
solid
sometimes
oak,
those
you do it
crispy
more.
eggs are great.
I love crispy eggs. I overcook my eggs because I prefer that crispiness.
I always like a runny yolk, but that's
No.
it.
The
rest
only
of it
time I
gets
like
good.
runny yolk
Yummy.
is when I'm eating it with toast.
Yunny joke.
Runny
Okay,
yolk?
yeah, but okay, hold on, clone. But if you're making a breakfast sandwich, runny yolk or no?
Runny yolk.
Yeah,
For
exactly.
a breakfast sandwich? No runny
Yeah.
yolk.
Yes.
I
Why
prefer
not?
scrambled
Yeah.
I don't
eggs
want
over
that
my
shit.
breakfast
I don't want that
sandwich.
shit
But
to go
if I'm
everywhere.
gonna go,
Oh,
if I'm
yes.
gonna have
Oh,
it
yeah.
sunny side up, yeah, it needs to be runny.
It's
On
like
a
it's
breakfast.
like a sloppy Joe. It just gets everywhere.
Yeah, it
Yeah,
gets
I
everywhere.
agree. I think it's runny. Yeah, runny
No,
all
scramble my fucking eggs.
I prefer them scrambled. I like scrambled egg. That's why I don't fucking make omelets ever because I'm not a huge fan of them. Because it's a pain. Because you just scramble it and you make it, then you have to flop it, and then when you flop it, half it fucking falls away because you didn't fucking properly cook it like a pancake.
You appear to have some
day. Bro,
problems. with
omelets
it.
are easy, bro.
I don't.
I can't do an omelet. I can do
I'm.
difficult fucking things, but I can't make an omelet anymore. I used to be.
Dude, you want to know how to make the fluffiest omelet ever?
You add cream.
No,
milk.
no, with no additives. Split the yolk and the white, whip both of them, and then fold them back into
You
each
could
other,
just-
then cook it, and then put the lid on top.
Don't whip the
That's
yolk. Just whip the white.
Overcomplicate. Hold on.
Just whip the white, because that's where the air comes from. You have to make. It's like making. He just described making
No.
a souffle. He just described making a souffle. Is what he just fucking did.
No, you don't want to fold them like souffle fold, but you want them to be like not.
Do you even know what a souffle float is?
Blah, 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 blah. Yeah, because you're not cooking it in the same fucking pan. It's still in the regular pan, and it's not designed to be like fucking 4 inches tall, bro. It's like maybe half an inch thick.
I'll just add fucking milk or cream.
Yeah, I agree. Wait, can you say
It's
milk
richer.
again?
Milk.
Oh,
How many times are we gonna have this discussion? This is like the third time we've had this discussion on podcast. All y'all Easterners think you're pronouncing things properly, and a man comes from the Wild West, as you call it.
I don't see no E in that word at all.
I say
The
pillow.
IL make a nil. It makes a milk.
Yeah, hold on,
Makes
hold
an
on,
E.
hold on. Pillow.
We've done this before, Tristan. It's fucking pillow.
I know, it just makes me so happy every time.
I'm not gonna say pillow. I'm gonna say pillow.
Every time I gain a lot of respect for you, I gotta bring it back down. This is how I do it.
Went to fucking college for environmental science, and I still get made fun of the way that I speak. Swear to God. Bunch of fucking.
You never see a geologist on TV.
Yeah, you do.
I never.
Nah,
have.
never. I'm going on Xander's side. Never. Geologists are all allergic to TV.
God damn you all.
That's the stance I'm taking.
Let's not forget that I went to school for anthropology, so, I mean, I probably would have been in the same boat.
Yeah, have you been on TV?
No. Oh, wait, maybe once.
You see, it's because you were halfway there. Anthropology, not geology.
That was the turning point.
Yeah,
I've been on TV before. I don't know what you're on about.
you're not a geologist.
I could be. I could go to school right now for like a year and get my
No,
fucking
you've been on
geologist
TV, that
in
ruins that
training.
career field for you.
Hmm.
Or you'll just start becoming allergic to it. We didn't say that they've never been on TV.
I'm not allergic
Just,
to anything.
You know,
That I know.
no, because you're not a geologist.
True.
No, dude, he just becomes allergic to rocks and becomes a star. That's the vice versa there. Like, that's what they do.
Geology is the study of the earth. So it's not just rocks, it's also the dirt and all these things, but I'll let it slide.
We're gonna say rocks.
Who wants to sit around studying the dirt? I mean,
I love the dirt. You can have
I
different
mean,
types.
I
Have
kind of
you
like
ever
science. Science is cool.
grabbed a thing of dirt, right? Rubbed it in your hands and smelled it in your nose before, and it smelled
No.
so fucking earthy and
Fucking
so
no.
delicious.
No.
You've never
Don't
done that?
specify
No.
that shit, because I'm
No.
gonna just come back with some stupid shit like, no,
Yeah,
I've
come on.
only smelled it with my asshole.
like I have definitely hit the ground and got dirt in my mouth, and I was like, "Oh, that sucked."
No,
But
no, you
like,
can't put it in your mouth. It tastes disgusting. It's dirt. For fuck's sake. What
but
are you
I've
doing?
never willingly rubbed dirt in my hands and smelled it and go, "Ah, dirt."
See, that's why you guys don't know how to live, right? You can't just
Yeah,
look at the
Clone's
dirt.
not like other men.
And you
We're
wonder
not
why
taken
we
like
call
other
it the
men.
Wild West.
He likes the smell of dirt.
Some dirt smells better. When you have a clay, it's very musty because it's watered down and it fucking sucks because it sucks for soil. When you have a good earthiness to the soil, so it's fertile, it smells amazing. It smells like earth. It smells that earthiness that you get when you're smelling earth.
I
Compared
declare...
to a very dry dirt, which smells like nothing because it's dry fucking dirt.
I think dirt sniffer is gonna be the next window licker.
Oh my god. You would insult
Yeah,
a
we'll
lot
level
of
Clone up like that with a dirt enthusiast.
Dirt enthusiast. Give him a little bit of hump there.
Hey,
No.
they prefer the term geologist.
but I'm not a geologist.
You ever heard?
You said you were 1 year away.
I said I could be.
It seems like you missed out on your passion. You should be studying dirt under a microscope,
Clone,
getting deep in
hold on.
there.
I'm
Hold on,
tempted
hold
to.
on. I'm onto something here.
I am tempted.
My high
to.
mind is onto something. Hey, Clone, we should just make a business.
Okay.
Dirt
That's already too
scented
much effort.
candles.
No, that would never
No,
stop.
those already exist, actually.
That would never.
Do
fuck
they?
me.
Yeah, you could go to a place in Birmingham called Urban Wick, and one of their scents that you could put into a candle is dirt. They also have lettuce. I know
But
you're
we
thinking
have
that one next.
different kinds of dirt. That's the thing.
Can we just sell the
Okay,
dirt?
the different types of dirt one would smell great. One would smell like you're fucking smelling mold. One would smell like nothing because it's dry as fuck dirt. And then there's various levels of those. You can
Can we
smell
just sell
good
the dirt?
You can have like red clay. And
Yeah,
then we
I will.
can have like
Xander,
brown
Xander,
clay.
Xander, let me know when you become famous so I can steal the
Rich
dirt from your
clay.
backyard and then sell that for money.
There's
That's
got to
what
be
I-
somewhere on the planet someone needs dirt, right?
So you have to remember, literally around these parts, they will sell. There are signs, the whole entire. Oh, looking to sell a house, 350. It's a fixer upper, like in the cardboard signs nailed to a fucking like telephone pole, or like a power line pole, the wooden poles, right? I've seen those with saying free dirt.
Yeah.
They don't sell dirt; they give dirt away. Places tend to pay you for you to bring them dirt.
No, ask that to like Lowe's or Home Depot or any place that sells bagged dirt, dude.
I've never fucking understood. I mean, I'll buy dirt before I'll get it from
That's what I'm
somebody
saying.
else, but-
Lowe's gets it. It's a missed opportunity. They could be selling dirt.
When I was working there, it was $1.42 for a 40-pound bag of dirt.
That's cheap as fuck. You could. I would
That
go up
is,
there and I'd
those
buy,
are
like,
good
5.
prices on dirt.
That's really good price
Yo,
on dirt.
yeah,
Is it
Because
good
all
dirt
they
or
gotta
bad
do
dirt?
is pay for these stupid fucking plastic bags and then scoop up some dirt.
Yeah.
Wow, difficult. I'll give you $1.40 for that, and they made a profit too.
No shit. It's like soda. I feel like.
Now, BV, you had experience. Who are the type of people to buy bags of dirt? Do you have any experience with these people?
Landscapers.
People
me,
who dug holes for
Landscapers.
fences.
Maybe me when I'm
yeah.
trying to kill blackberries by burying them in dirt.
Yeah.
Because $1.40. That sounds like cheap dirt, and I could use some cheap dirt. Maybe I'll go down to Lowe's one of these days.
40-pound bag is not nearly the amount you think it is.
No, I'd need a lot of that. I'd probably need 50 bags or more. That's a lot of. That's a good
much
workout,
dirt
is
do
what
you
that
need?
is.
You trying to bury this bush? Like,
Have you
what's going
seen
on?
my fucking backyard? I need to cover it all in dirt so it kills it.
You're gonna raise it by 3 feet? Like,
I'm gonna raise
goddamn.
it by 3 inches.
Clone. You get blackberries though.
That's the issue. Yeah, I have blackberries. Yeah, what about it?
So why don't you make things out of blackberry?
Because I spray them every year because they're a plague. If I could,
Because they're a plague.
Tristan,
Hey,
I'll normally
Chloe,
eat
hold
the
on, let's go back.
blackberries. I'll normally
Let's
eat the
go back.
blackberries before I spray the shit out of them.
Let's go back to your section.
Oh my god. Which
Okay,
section?
if it's invasive and it's been there for 40 years, is it not its own environment now?
It is in its own environment. That's where I've come to terms with. I want a small section of blackberry by the fence where I can eat it and make blackberry pie out of it and jam and shit because it's fucking delicious. The sad part is when it kills everything else in the yard and your mom complains, and so you fix the yard by killing it. And because
Okay.
the difference here is I'm in an urban center, right? We do need some greenery. Greenery is good for cooling down the local space. Blackberry doesn't need to be there because what it does is destroy houses and fencing like it's done to my fucking fence. Like ivy. It destroys things.
So by your definition,
trees do the same thing, right?
One more
My
time,
granddad
please.
had to get his pipes done because
Oh, I also had to get my
The
pipes
tree
done
root
because
was
the tree
through 'em.
root to it. Yeah,
yeah.
very common
what's
problem.
your definition exact of an invasive species for me?
Yeah, let's
Without
hear it.
Googling it, it is a species that does not originate in that local region. Of course, I'm sure that I don't know what the technical period of time is. My period of time is if it's been there for I'm gonna say 100 years, and at that point it's not native to the
Hold
area,
on.
but
It
it's
was
also
just
not native.
40. It was
I said
just
50.
40.
I said 50 beforehand, but I'm saying I'm going to be generous. It could be 50 to 100. I don't fucking care. But if it's been there for long enough, it's pretty much established at that point. But an invasive species is a species that didn't originally or originate in that local area, or rather that climate, that ecosystem. Let's use that word because that's more technical. That ecosystem. And it has no natural predators. And that's why it thrives. And so it thrives enough that it kills out the local population of anything else. For example, let's say we could use blackberries, but people don't really understand the whole entire, oh, blackberries kills every other plants, but so we'll use wolves. Let's say you had wolves in an area, right? And so let's say a new type of fox came in, and the wolves didn't want to kill the fox for some strange reason. And the wolf or the fox kill out all the rabbits, all of this and that, the stuff that the wolves would probably eat at some point. Let's say there's no deer or any. Well, I guess that's a pretty bad example because then the wolves would just eat the fox. But let's just say for some reason they don't, because the fox came in and killed all the food for the wolves would then die off, and now you'd only have the fox there. If that makes sense, that is an example of an invasive species. The little better one would be like a deer, where like you have two types of deer. One deer is better suited because it has natural predators because it, it's been there for a while. And then a new deer comes up and eats all the fucking food and then doesn't have any natural predators and then breeds to high hell and destroys all the plants. Now you have too many deer, not enough wolves to keep it up.
So something
keep the
becomes
population down.
not an invasive species as long as it has a natural predator?
It's more of if it can keep it in check enough, because if it has a natural predator,
Oh.
then it doesn't get super out of proportion. For example, like I said, with a deer population, if there's not enough wolves, if let's say something killed the wolf food chain, the lower down one, so the wolves starve off, deer population now go up, which leads for predators, let's say a different type of wolf that didn't originate in that area, to move in and start killing the deer. That's technically invasive, but a lot of people will take that as a win because now you're keeping the deer population down.
We're too many levels deep in this.
Yeah, there's a lot of this. Technically, the basic definition of invasive species is pretty much a species that didn't originate in the area and is thriving due to no natural predators because it is the actual. It qualifies the same niche as something else that existed there. Like for example, the blackberries here qualify. It's a good climate for it, so it qualifies the niche where, bird eat berry. For example, we have like an Oregon grape that's kind of like a blackberry, but bird eat berry then gets scattered everywhere. And because it's so hardy, the blackberry refuses to die because no animal's going to really eat the crap out of it because it's fucking full of thorns,
Mm-hmm.
Nothing's going to keep it down, but there's only benefits to it because it's in that niche. It feels the same niche as any other berry type bush, and it thrives, and it's able to spread out fast enough where it will cover over the ground clearance that any other plant that normally exists in that area. And so it kills off the competition. That's the biggest thing, is it pushes out something else in that niche. If there's a natural predator that helps keep it down, that makes it less invasive, but it's still invasive technically. I use the natural predator terminology because that's kind of my definition, where if it's technically not a problematic plant and it comes there, I don't see the real reason why we got to label it as invasive. Sure, it's not natural to that area, but it's not like it's doing any harm,
So if a species...
But it's more problematic with, like, animals. But sorry,
So
continue.
if a species becomes vastly overpopulated, that's a problem, right?
There's a problem, yeah. And that's where, like...
I agree.
If you notice...
Yeah, and there are too many trees in my area, and they need to go. and there's more trees than our people, and we are not handling this and correcting it.
But I bet you there's a different type of different trees there.
They are an invasive species. They're
But
overpopulated.
they're natural. Technically, humans would be the invasive species. If you look at it at
maybe
the
these were planted
ground
here.
roots, humans are technically invasive. I mean, if it's a pine that's supposed to be there and they were planted, not an invasive species.
So, like, something drops the invasive species title once something else is introduced and can keep that in check, then
It's still
at that point
there.
native.
It's still there. In my mind, it does to some degrees. It goes into a slightly lower category. In technical, scientific, environmental science terminologies, no, it's still invasive species. Because invasive species in the environmental sector are treated as very bad, can't be there, must go. You kill it. Get rid of it. Doesn't matter what it is. Just get rid of it. Even though, like I said, with blackberries, it's so well established here, it probably is fulfilling a niche that no longer exists on a different plant anymore.
I
most part.
agree. Trees are filling a niche that no longer exists. We need to get rid of them.
No.
I line up with all of this. This is what I'm.
What I
hearing,
mean by
yes.
is that niche exists solely for that plant now. And so if you introduce a predator that can keep that species down, it gets better because you won't have this big wide spreading, but it also creates the issue is, so did you just take that predator from its natural habitat? If so, you're further contributing to quote unquote climate change, where you're changing the ecosystem in a different way. Because now you've introduced this natural predator to, again, let's say for sake of a better, or sake for nothing, this blackberry, and you can keep the blackberry in check. What is keeping the natural predator in check? And it becomes this falling down line of, who watches the bee watcher, who watches the bee watcher, who watches the watcher, that Dr. Seuss book. is it's a slippery slope. And that's why a lot of people don't do that. That's where invasive species have tried to, people try to take care of it themselves. Where if you have overpopulation of something because invasive species came in and started thriving, they say, let's say if it's an animal, go hunt the crap out of it. If it's a plant, maybe use some blackberry killer or something.
Apparently,
you
if
have
you're
that
clone,
issue.
you bury it in dirt.
Well, you bury it in dirt because guess what plants need? Sunshine. They need sunlight. You don't get sunlight, they don't work. They don't grow. They die.
That's a really mean way to kill someone. Like, suffocate them to death.
Yeah, it is. But fuck them.
Wouldn't it be more humane to take the roots out?
Indigenous. That's their native. Yeah. All right. I googled it now. National Geographic. An invasive species is an organism that is not indigenous or native to a particular area. Invasive species can cause great economic. Yeah, that's literally what it is. It's just an invasive species is an organism that is not indigenous.
At
to
what
native.
point does it become native?
That's
have
the
to-
issue. That's what I state. Probably like 50 to 100 years. This is something that environmental sectors. This is what I was talking about with people wanting to stick to the past. People tend to stick to the past in a lot of these things, saying, "Oh, this blackberry's been around for 80 years now. Is it not natural to this environment anymore?" Environmentalists, no, because it wasn't here back in the 1600s or some bullshit. And that's the issue I have. But it's natural now. A lot of us don't think that way. It's the issue.
My thought process is it is invasive until like evolution.
Not even
changes.
evolution. It's ecosystem. As long as the
Until it adapts
ecosystem
to it.
Stabilizes. Well, the problem is like, for example, the Himalayan blackberry here in Oregon is so bad because there's nothing that performs that particular niche, whatever that fuck that niche is, as well as it does. So there's nothing drives it out. So that's where you see it going over, all over the fucking forest, all over the people's backyards, all over this and that. But because it does its job so well, it spreads itself, because of the seeds, it spreads itself so well via ingestion of birds eating it or deer eating or whatever. But it doesn't have any quote unquote natural predators that will eat it down to the roots because of the thorns that it's evolved into. And so you have this issue where it's bad for the trees. And to be honest, it's bad for the underbrush, like our fern. Well, the ferns can survive it just fine because fucking ferns are ferns. But like, let's say there's, again, Oregon grape. Or let's say a baby tree is trying to grow. It will suffocate it out because it can't get sunlight. It messes with the succession in our area super badly. But it's been here for so long, the ecosystem has kind of adapted. You have pockets now where that exists and that doesn't exist. So in my thought process is, at this point, it's not like you got to cut the arm off. It's you just got to manage it now. It's like any other type of plant, right? It's like a tree. You have too many trees, they're going to start breaking houses. They're going to start fouling in houses. So you got to cut them back a little bit. You got to let them thrive in their own little environment, and they have their own pockets now. And at that point, that's the new natural environment that you live in now. Because that's just how that's going to work. If that makes sense. I don't know if I'm explaining it well enough.
It does.
And that's where
It does make sense.
my generation of environmental scientists have started thinking that way more. It's like, well, all these invasive species haven't been invasive for so long. Has the ecosystem not adapted, and we're really just, if we remove that invasive species, what would happen to the environment? And that's the issue is, this point, removing them would be greater harm to the environment than keeping them in. And that's the way that I use to describe it as, what are the cons of keeping it, and what are the pros of keeping it? Okay, what happens if we remove it from the ecosystem? Can we, for certain, say, the stuff that used to exist there do the exact same shit that did? And if no, then there's no point in removing it, because now at this point it's become established. It is now natural. It's now indigenous to this area. The biggest issue is, again, like I said, they use, like I said, not the 1600, but they use, any record of time where it's like, oh, this belongs over there, this belongs over there, but they're not taking in the factors of climate change, this and that. It's weird how time changes things, and so they got to think about that. Things will migrate around. That's how we've gotten to native plants. The Oregon grape probably wasn't always in Oregon. It probably moved up from south, or came down from the north, or came from the east, well, it can't really come from the west, but yeah. It's things migrate as the birds change the migration patterns, as deer change their grazing patterns depending on if we're there or not. There's so much change that keeps the ecosystem in balance. We're not the protectors of it. We're supposed to simply not fuck it up like we've done to the Amazon rainforest. Why do you got to keep making me ramble on about these things for 20 minutes? Okay. I don't think anyone enjoys listening to this.
No, you're killing it. Love it.
You're killing it.
We have a fucking guest on. We haven't even asked him any fucking questions, really. All he's done
Xander
is
asked one.
poke the bear.
Xander asked you what,
wanted to-
and then you started, and we've never gotten to Tristan's
Yeah,
answer.
exactly. That's what I'm trying to get at. Oh, Dios míos.
So Tristan, what kind of restaurant would you open up if?
If you had the choice of invasive species and non-invasive species. For fuck's sake.
I have no idea. Probably a southern place up here, but I mean, it's really not. I don't know how it hit. That's the thing.
I mean, I was going under the assumption of, you don't have to make it work. You have all the funds you need, whatever. It's just a passion project. I think it's the way that Xander phrased it.
Probably just a southern restaurant up here because they can just fry everything. You gotta make some collards. You gotta make some good mac and cheese. You gotta make some cornbread or biscuits. One of the two. You gotta have one of the two. Or
How good-
both, honestly.
How good can you really make mac and cheese?
Fucking
Pretty
great.
fucking
What are you
good.
talking
Mac and
about?
cheese is pretty fucking good.
I guess I don't know how deep the mac and cheese hole goes.
You know how many
good
fucking
can I
different
fry-
types of cheeses
Alex,
they are?
How good can I fry chicken?
Pretty good. Also, you fucks didn't even know about roasted chicken ramen, and you're about to try to get in on how deep the mac and cheese game
I
is.
know how deep the mac and
yeah,
cheese
hold
game
on.
is.
How deep's the ramen game, though?
Oh, fucking
we
deep
need to
as
get
shit.
Xander some good ramen.
We got him the roasted chicken ramen. He loves it.
Oh, it's
No,
great.
I want to get him, Alex, you know the Shin ones?
Mhm.
Yeah, we need to get him those because he likes hot things.
True.
And that's like a different quality of ramen. It's so fucking good. I love Shin ramen. It slaps.
Dude, emo was also fucking good though, but that's like restaurant ramen.
Yeah, well, yeah, but restaurant ramen. But I mean, prepackaged shit. Shin is the best. 100%.
Not that deep in the ramen game.
I don't think you're deep in a lot of things besides video games and computer
No,
I was
software.
gonna say, Xander has like a very specific niche, and it's just
True.
games.
It is.
And
I mean,
let me
he's
do the
good at what he
math.
does.
Every statistic in this single game.
I still, to this day, ever since I've learned that you don't fucking eat food, Xander, I've always, anybody that tells me that, I'm like, I look at it, I'm like, I would love to live at your house for like a month and just cook you food and just see how much you change after that month.
Oh, dude, we gotta do a dinner night when you guys come up for Alex's wedding.
Yeah, I got told I would-
Shit, we're eating.
I got told that I'd be cooking with an Italian grandma when I came up,
Yeah.
and I was like,
Wait,
why?
hold on. Are you guys getting catered or no?
No, the place does the food.
Oh, okay.
If you're about to say you're about to cook for that many people, I'd be
Yeah, that's
shocked.
what I was wondering. I was like, do they need help?
No, we're buying fucking like Costco sheet cake, dude. Like,
Wow, really fast. It takes 2 seconds to make a good cake. You know that, right? It's not that long.
but I also don't
I'm
want to spend
not gonna say
$2,000
shit.
on a
I can't
cake.
fucking
No.
bake.
Just make it your fucking self. Just make like 6 good cakes, enough for the people.
Oh, yeah, no, it's too much work.
Oh my god.
Don't
Or
forget to
hear
bring
me
your
out.
cosplayers.
I could go to Costco and get like
Cosplayers.
6 sheet case.
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah.
gotta
I
look up
was
how to-
surprised Alex was making pumpkin pie this year, honestly.
Dude, I have one in my freezer right now.
Oh, I forgot
I
he
was just
actually did
surprised
make
you were
pumpkin
making
pie.
it.
Yeah,
Yeah, exactly.
same.
Dude,
Wait.
it was good.
He
Yeah.
said it, and I was like, this is weird.
This is weird. I know.
Didn't those look good as fuck though?
They did.
They did look good.
You just don't cook
They
or
were
bake.
good. I
I'm
can
just
do
not
it.
a-
I just don't do it that often.
It's a waste of a talent. I'm gonna work you to the bone when I'm up there. I'm gonna
Yeah.
I
try.
only like cooking for people
That's what I
that
like.
I don't hate.
Yeah. For me, food is more about bringing people
Most
together.
customers I know I hate.
Cooking food for me is a love, it's an art. It's not what I want to do for a living. It's if I did that, I would feel like I'd burn myself out. But
Yeah,
it's
don't
it's
do it. It's awful.
legitimately, I was on the edge when I was in college to do it. I met you. You've explained your things. I'm like, that just solidifies it. No, I'm never doing it. You can go fuck yourself.
And
I'd rather work at
5
Lowe's.
star. I'd rather not work 5-star.
It just seems yeah, no. But
Every place has their own little things that they do differently. It's such a bitch. I hate it.
that's where, like, for me, I love cooking food, and the fact that I can cook it for someone makes it 10 times better. And if it's even better, like if I can cook it for a group of people, and we can all sit down. We can play like Mario Party, or we can just play a game, or we can just even a board game, just even chat over beers, over a campfire, or whatever. That kind of stuff, bonding over that. It's not because of the food, but the food helps, and people enjoy the food, and it's just beautiful. I love that. I love helping people in that way and help making people's lives better. That's what it means.
One night, Glenn.
Yeah, you're a better cook than me. I could say that safely. I guarantee
we gotta
it.
have one night where we cook together. Just fucking.
I feel like I'm gonna get shanked in the back of the neck.
No, I ain't gonna do that. I don't fuck around with
I didn't say by you. I meant by Alex.
Why would I
I don't
why
fucking
is Alex
know.
cooking
Insurance
with us?
money?
It would be us. It would be you and me bonding thing. Nobody
True.
else cooks here.
True. Yeah, good
We
point.
need that insurance money.
Well, I think Kayla cooks.
Kayla cook?
I think. I don't fucking know.
I don't think. You might.
No, cooking.
We just
cooking's
all
a fun
cook?
time.
All the ones who cook, we cook. For
I
everybody who
also-
doesn't cook.
I'm of the mindset for me personally. Cooking, I used to take it a lot seriously now, but now that I'm a better cook than I used to be, and I don't have to focus too much on cooking, I love having people who don't cook often, and they're like, "Oh, I can help." I'm like, "Sure, you want to cut up some fucking onions? Cut up some onions. You want to learn how to add in some seasoning?"
That's how I used Alex and Cody whenever I did lamb at his place.
Yeah.
I was like, "Yeah, you guys can help. Just cut this up." And then Maddie cut herself, and I was like, "I feel."
Yeah, she did.
Well, that's on her.
Yeah.
Let her use a knife.
You warned her. These knives are sharp.
Do you guys?
I did.
I've never understood the fact that people use dull
I literally
knives.
said, "I'm like, you're not gonna feel it if you cut yourself."
No,
I
you
don't use dull knives. It's just Tristan's knife is that sharp.
Yeah, I know, because I keep them that sharp. I'll give you a hint. If my knives ever go dull, I gotta find a place to sharpen them for me.
I agree. Exactly.
Um,
I mean,
if my knives can't cut a fucking tomato without squishing it, there's an issue.
felt so bad about that, Alex. I still do.
Whatever it is, what it is. She's
I
fine.
was like, these knives are sharp as fuck. Just be real careful.
At the same time, you've used mandolins, right, Tristan?
Yeah.
Yeah. Nothing scares me more. A sharp knife, perfect fine. Mandolin, fucking scariest shit in the world. Deep fryer doesn't phase me. Those things phase me. I cut the
I'm
tip
not
off
afraid
my
of
fucking.
mandolins.
I don't hate them. It's just I've cut myself too many times with them.
I'm way
Pretty
more
badly.
wary of when I'm using my knives than mandolin. Like,
Really?
I can go
Oh.
fast as fuck out of mandolin.
I can't do that. I've cut myself doing that. I got in the rhythm and then cut myself. I'm like, fuck. And I had to go to the fucking, not the urgent room. What is it? Stupid,
Urgent
like,
care?
urgent care. Yeah, I went to some random ass fucking Walgreens urgent care.
Yeah. I don't know. Mandolins. I mean, I've seen that happen so many times that like I'm wary enough about it that I know when I can do it. Like we used to have like baby carrots that we used to have to fucking do on a mandolin.
Oh, that would fucking
they're-
suck.
Tiny.
Yeah.
And like I'm not talking like finger carrots. I'm talking like baby fucking actual carrot.
Yep. Like baby corn.
Yeah.
Dude, baby
Yeah.
corn is fucking the
The
shit,
bomb.
though.
Baby corn is so much better
Baby
than
corn
normal
is
corn.
good as fuck.
I saw some at Trader Joe's the other day. I was this close to buying it. I was like, if it wasn't that expensive, I would buy that right now.
Yeah, I'd go to Trader Joe's more if we had one near us, but we fucking
I
don't.
work right across the street from them.
Yeah, fuck you.
I have to go out of my way to get one, but it's next to the place.
One
that I
day,
get
Alex,
gas.
I'm just gonna show up at your place of work and just be like, I just want to say hi to Alex.
I
He's
might
not gonna be.
there.
He's not gonna be there. He'll be calling me on his fucking phone, driving around every 2 seconds. A piece of shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're right.
Annoying.
I'll
is
just
what it
relay
is.
a message to Nate.
Nate
Like
or
Nate,
Travis.
can you or Travis?
Oh, speaking of this,
Tell
Oh,
Alex.
so
right
I was
back.
looking at my fucking schedule this week, right? My intern warned me about this, but I thought he was fucking with me. Are you ready for this appointment I have on Thursday at 5 o'clock?
No.
Customer having issues with the. That's it. What the fuck does that mean? Customer having issues with the.
You had to have asked somebody, right?
Aiden, my intern, told me, quote, I couldn't hear what the hell she was saying over the phone and I didn't want to ask again. And I was like, there's no way he would just do that, right? No. He did. Funny as hell, though.
Oh, are you excited to show up there?
No, I'm not.
Your intern's killing it.
I know, I'm looking at my other appointments now that we're here. Set up TV with universal remotes and clear a paper jam out of a printer. Nice.
Some would say you're living the dream.
Oh, more printer shit. Nice.
Some would say you're living my personal hell.
This is tomorrow, by the way. Printing from laptop. Jesus. Oh, do we have another one? What is this one? Printer. Oh my god, I'm gonna eat, breathe, and sleep printers tomorrow. It sounds like Xander's nightmare. Oh no, not tomorrow. That's Wednesday. Sorry. Tomorrow I'm not in the office. Oh boy. Thursday I start with help transfer website. What are these fucking things? God damn it, these people.
Yeah, I agree with whatever he's talking about.
No, the cursed words in our office are on my Thursday at fucking 1:30 p.m. It's email issues Windows 7. That's my least favorite fucking problem to deal with.
Sorry, I went to the bathroom.
No way that's worse than I have a Mac problem.
No, dude, I'll take the Mac problem over fucking
What about
email
the
issues
Linux
Windows
problem?
7. No fucking 65-plus-year-old has Linux, and if they do, they got it on there. They can figure their shit out. No, why do you... Email issues on Windows 7 is my least favorite thing. I don't know why, Xander.
Why?
For whatever ungodly reason.
Outlook?
No, not
Oh.
even Outlook. Even like Windows Live Mail keeps contacts in the actual contacts folder for your user's profile.
Yeah.
So if you transfer the emails and back them up, it doesn't grab any of that extra shit. It's just the emails, nothing else attached. They're all their own separate thing. Modern Outlook's like, back the whole fucking account up. I don't care. Oh, we're going to take your entire Gmail inbox and you want that shit on your Comcast mail too? Well, Comcast is about to get 9 gigs of data sent to it. Like, easy. Modern Outlook, way better.
I'm shocked people are still using Windows Live.
Windows Live, you'd be surprised. Not a good time.
No, it's not.
But
Why
yeah,
would
Windows
you?
7 and emails, that's my least favorite combo. My second least favorite combo is calendar and email. Ooh, that's fucking horrible.
How bad is that one?
Today, for a iCloud calendar to sync with somebody's Outlook, it took me an hour and a half.
Oh,
Because I had to basically uninstall and reinstall everything, delete the whole account, fucking uninstall iCloud, and then add everything back in one at a time. And he didn't know his fucking passwords.
and the opposite duality of this is you have to go to someone's house for 2 seconds and turn off a VPN.
Yeah, then you have my morning, which I go in. They go, I can't connect to my eBay or my what was it, fucking like Singles Meet or whatever.
Wasn't it Match?
Some dating website, Match. Yeah, and I was like, oh. He was like, it says I'm in France. I was like, well, I'll uninstall it. He goes, I don't even know how I got on there. Uninstalled, $25. Goodbye.
Absolutely
What?
crazy.
$25?
Yeah, that's the minimum I
Uninstall?
can charge. It's for the fucking time slot. Typically, they would have been charged an hour, which is 100, Xander.
Oh, my God.
Xander, when are you moving to Metro Detroit to do this?
Yeah.
He goes $25.
25
Not
bucks,
a-
man. That's like a month's worth of food.
Yeah, he's like, that's like a month worth of ramen.
I don't know if that's worth
bro.
a day of printers.
If you do the day of printers, if they're all regular people, that's 150, 250, 350, 450. Right there.
He's
For
just
my
blowing his
Wednesday.
mind.
You get tipped.
Yeah.
I do.
Don't even
I
get me
actually-
started on his tips. Fucking man makes more tips than the fucking service industry. And then he's like, he doesn't even put any of it. I can't fucking believe the shit that he gets. I can't imagine.
My favorite
Wow.
is some dude, like maybe in September-ish, walked in. He had his cell phone, and he was like, there was some issue he was having with Apple, and I basically went, no, it's actually locked down. You have to take it to them. And then he handed me $60, and I went, I literally told you to go somewhere else. He goes, but you told me exactly where to go. And then he left.
Oh,
He just
actually
gave me a
great.
$60 tip.
I don't
no
fucking
reason.
understand it. That's groceries for like 2
It's
weeks.
like he wanted to go in and hand somebody that $60. That was like blood money or some shit.
That was foreign currency in the disguise of American USD.
It's hilarious though.
Fucking hilarious.
I mean, I understand his reasoning though. He's just like, at least you're real as fuck with me. Here you go.
I believe Alex called me up and I was like, hey man, I've been in his shoes where calling people around for tech issues is like jumping through hoops. Someone gives you clear, concise, what the fuck you need to do. I'd pay him $500 if I could.
It's
Fucking Christ.
That's how all of us are in the office. Like, my favorite thing is people like going, "Hey, I'm thinking about getting this computer. What do you guys think?" And then I just hear somebody up front go, "Don't do that. That's a piece of shit." And then they go, "No, you're gonna go to this place, Micro Center. You're gonna go and buy the fucking computer. I'm gonna print off for you with the item number so you can't fuck this up. And you're gonna hand it to the employee and say, I want this one." Whatever the fuck you just showed me, don't even know where you got that. Like,
Oh god.
that's my
It's so accurate, and then they somehow fuck it up.
Good point, Alex. When my dad eventually wants to get a new laptop for whatever the fuck he's going to be doing when he's retired, I need you to give me a good laptop.
Do not buy a Dell XPS. I will kill him for you.
Just let me know what's.
Dells are fine, just not that series.
I will ask him what his budget is, and I will send you the budget, and you'll give me a computer. How this is going to go down?
I can't use Micro Center though. This really,
No, just
this
use
really doesn't
Amazon
help.
or use Best Buy. I don't fucking know. Just tell me.
use,
You tell me. You
use
tell me the
Newegg.
computer.
Newegg's
No.
reductive.
No. That's also
No,
disgusting.
that's bad. That's this last year has destroyed Newegg. They ship people concrete.
I think
Okay.
Micro Center actually has an online store.
Yeah, I can't order from there though. I don't think.
Why?
Do they actually have an online store?
I think so.
Last time I looked, they didn't have online store. I'll have to look this up then. Okay, that's fine.
Change your
Yeah.
store at the top to shippable items.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah.
Fuck me.
Yeah.
Just fuck me, Jay.
I was gonna say because I knew that was
I
the thing.
know.
Also.
What?
Yeah, and you can go to all laptops and notebooks, and then let's say there's and I would never recommend a Lenovo, but sure. Usually ships 5 to 7 business days.
What the
Yeah.
fuck? I'm like, oh yeah. Shippable items is what it's called. Cool. So all this stuff that I'm browsing is now shippable items. You tell me
Yeah.
I could literally buy a GPU from these guys.
Yeah. There's only 3 shippable items right now for GPUs.
Oh,
You
really?
want an Asus brand 3060 or a PNY brand 3060?
You're right. Yeah. Wow. Asus, and a PNY.
Take the Aces.
3060 though ain't bad. Wow, that's good pricing too.
They're at MSRP again.
Okay, that's great. MSI and places tend to mark them up past MSRP, my friend. You know this.
Like a
You work in the
4070
tech.
Ti is only 870.
What
That's how
about
much I
what about
bought my
CPUs? What do you got for
3070 Ti.
CPUs?
Didn't
Intel
they just come out with
processors?
the 13th gen?
Wow, they actually have. You could fucking buy like 17 CPUs. Holy shit! My God.
My
Select
motherboard.
Asus Z690 motherboards. Only $50 for purchase of the CPU.
Yeah, they do have the 13th gen out. I heard nothing about the 13th gen of Intel.
That's good. No good, no bad. That's. I'll take it. You know.
No, that's like the 11th gen. The 11th gen was just like if you took the 10th gen and then just put like a little disguise on him.
Yeah,
He goes, "Oh, it's me. I'm different." That's it. That was the whole difference. Nothing.
that's fine. Yeah. But if it ain't bad, just buy the 10th gen. I don't fucking listen here. I'm buying a computer this year. That's what it is. This computer is it needs to be scrapped. I love it.
An i9 13900K now. 24 fucking cores. What the hell?
How much?
$580.
God damn! Why is CPU so cheap compared to GPUs? God, remember when the CPU was the most expensive part of the computer? I fucking remember. God damn.
Sander, I was hoping that you'd be able to tell me something about this 13th generation of Intel.
No, I haven't. I haven't really. You know me. I'm always behind. I don't really pay attention to that stuff.
He hasn't had
Until
to
out
tell
the
me
ba-
what computer to
He hasn't
buy.
had to build a computer recently. So.
He will be
Exactly.
this year. That's for damn sure. And you bet your sweet ass I'm coming to your help, Xander.
Ooh, but the new 13th gen is support for DDR4 and 5.
5. Ooh. You know me. If I've had RAM issues for fucking 7 years now. I'm getting DDR5. I'm gonna get the good shit this time around.
Do you see what they're doing with DDR5?
No.
So they figured a way to turn up the speeds, but not mitigate the timings this time around. The timings are so high on DDR5, it is insane. But it's counteracted by its super high speed. So I hope that gets fixed going into the DDR6 or 7. DDR5 is still great though.
Man, I can't wait to
Wouldn't
build a new PC. $2,000 down the drain for a new one. Let's go.
If you compare the timings on a DDR4 and a DDR5, it's insane.
Is it like 17 to like 43?
It's like minus 19, 19, 19, and then the DDR5 my buddy's buying is like 46, 46.
46?
It's like, what?
The highest I've heard of is like the very last one being like a 36.
Yeah, it gets insane at DDR5.
Oh
Dude,
God.
me and Alex, when we went to go get my RAM at Micro Center, we ran into a dude who's like, I wish I was using DDR4. I'm still on DDR2.
Yeah,
What? Jesus Christ.
Died
No, those are all my customers though. Nate probably fucking sent them there while we were shopping or something.
Oh my God.
Dude, I'm like not even joking. When the lowest speed RAM I've ever seen in our shop was 667.
Yeah, I've seen it.
Like, who is still browsing the internet with that shit?
Yeah. It's amazing that it still turns on.
Right? My favorite question is, how long do computers last? I typically say, until you drop it.
I'm
Because,
shocked.
like-
Until I built my own computer, I thought computers were like, oh my God, it's so fragile. Like you could
No.
drop this thing and everything would break inside. This desktop has been abused as fuck, and it's still
Let's
chugging
turn it back to a
along.
week ago when Cologne spilled water and
Listen
shit
here,
himself.
and it's still working today. Boy,
Yeah, but you also AFK'd for like 10 minutes straight because you're cleaning that shit up.
I saw it was happening. I was like, okay. I looked underneath the desk because it occurred to me it's going over to the desk. That's never happened before. This is bad. Looked at it. I saw one drop hit the computer. I'm like, fuck, I gotta move this thing. I fucking moved that
We
shit
said,
so
how
fast.
bad is it? He goes, it's bad.
One question: did it get on the monitor?
It did not. It didn't hit the monitor at all. It went straight past the monitor, missed the mouse, missed the keyboard, got all over my mouse pad, hit the stand of the monitor, but not the monitor. And it went all over my fucking PC. But surprisingly, none of it really hit the PC. It all went down the wall onto my fucking hardwood floor.
That was like the highlight of it all. Sanders just going, how bad is it? You go, it's pretty bad. And then you leave call.
I haven't cleaned this thing in like 6 months. That thing got a good cleaning. It missed. I'm shocked. None of it hit any of the components. Like there's barely any water at the very bottom. Like no buildup. I even took out the panel that I never take off, the back plate of it where I keep all the cables. No water in that. Nothing. I was like, I'm fucking shocked this thing's still working. Like I thought because it happened right around after Christmas. So I'm like, if I gotta buy a PC, now's the time because everything's on sale. But Jesus Christ.
It was so funny though.
Oh,
It
man.
was so
It was funny for you. I was having a heart attack for the next hour, making sure it wasn't about to explode on me.
We just assumed you died. We
No, I was
assumed your
fine.
whole computer just blew up. We just
No,
tend
we
to
would've
assume the
known.
worst.
We would have found
Yeah,
out
he
his
doesn't-
computer blew up.
He has Discord on his phone, yeah.
Yeah. I got a cell phone, as Blizzard calls it.
Blizzard?
You got phones?
You guys got phones?
Xander doesn't.
Dude,
Now
so I
you can
can't
get
play
some games on
Overwatch.
that phone.
I can't believe modern day video game. I can't believe Blizzard fucking said that.
Blizzard.
Didn't get
Well, I was gonna say, don't even say modern day like AAA
I was gonna say
company.
Activision.
Blizzard's the
and
only
then
one.
it's Blizzard as well. Yeah, that's crazy to me. Fucking,
Dude, everyone has phones. It's an untapped market that
everyone.
they tried to tap into, but it was cringy.
it was really cringe.
Meanwhile, how's Diablo Immortal going, Xander?
Yeah, I haven't played that in a while. It was good. I mean, honestly, like
Diablo 4's coming out.
it got a bad rep for being like, oh, it's the pay to
Pay
play.
to
Like,
win?
Yeah, pay to win is pay to win. It's like I was destroying people who had spent hundreds of dollars clearly, and like they were getting destroyed. Like you could pay all you want. At the end of the day, it's like you can only do so many dailies and grind dungeons, and you can't buy straight up XP. So it's like, yeah, you could buy gems, I guess, which I guess quote unquote pay to win, but levels still held more and gear and yada yada. It wasn't as bad as people said, but I'm sure now it's gotten more out of hand. I've heard it's gotten more out of hand. I haven't personally played. Why do you plan on playing the next Diablo?
No.
No.
No,
I don't have time for that kind of dedication, man.
I'm playing FF and my life is consumed.
Yeah, I can't even do that. That's why I didn't join you guys on that fucking ride. I was
Well,
like, I
we'll
don't
be on
have...
it for a very long time, so if you ever want to join in, just do it.
Whatever. I don't care. Honestly, I'm just glad Tant's back.
I'm glad his computer also isn't exploded. Tant's a nice fellow.
Tant has
Glad
been a
Tant's
godsend
back,
playing.
When like you guys first started playing it and I saw Tant like casually again, I was like, what the fuck's going on?
We're playing his game, Final Fantasy. Good point. We haven't talked about this, have we?
No,
How
No.
we were on a fucking Final Fantasy grind, you know?
it's a good game. There's too fucking much content though, in a good way.
Exactly. That's why I'm like, I could never do this.
No, we can skip a lot of it. Also, you can literally pay to just go to whatever spot the newest DLC is on, but Clone and I are stubborn and want to play through it.
Only like 198 more quests to go.
Yeah, tell me about it even more.
I don't know.
than that.
I'm about as far as you now, Clone, or did you not continue after that trial?
What trial?
Oh.
Well, let's talk about it.
I mean, you mean the trial we did? You mean
the last thing we did.
the
Yesterday.
solo instance?
Yeah.
I don't know if I continued after that. We stopped and played Ghosting. I haven't touched it today because I was doing chores for the most part, and then I played Legion with Xander, and then we played Deep Rock tonight. And Xander found out that he had played the game before. But he's
Apparently.
dementia.
Clone, can you make this for me?
Make what for you?
And tell me how it is. And you should be my my guinea pig on taco spaghetti.
Sure. I'll
bowl.
add that to the things I'm going to watch after this podcast. I did make, speaking of food, I did make on ciabatta baguette. It was on Trader Joe's. I did make a little a mini pizza using tomato paste, because if I'm doing pizza, I prefer the tomato paste over like marinara sauce because it's less runny when I'm making it like on a piece of bread. I put garlic powder, put onions on it, put salt, pepper, shit like that. Put in some mushrooms, your favorite fruit, and some chicken jalapeno sausage. Fucking delicious. I have a couple of photos that I still need to go through because I took some on my real camera and my phone camera. I gotta post them around, see if they're good or not.
Dude, French bread pizzas are fire. Ciabatta bread sounds like it'd be alright.
It was fucking delicious. I loved it. I was like, that was my lunch today. I still haven't really eaten food for dinner. I might go eat some like crackers, maybe some
Nice.
cookies.
I'm having pulled pork sandwiches tomorrow with some Caribbean jerk sauce.
Nice.
On I don't even fucking know. They're just like regular buns. Like a regular dinner roll. That's what
Gotcha.
my breading is for those.
Okay.
Because they're too juicy, so I didn't want it to like, get all the way through. Soak
Fair
that
enough.
shit up a little bit.
Yeah. I don't know. It was delicious. I loved it. It was fucking fantastic. That was
Alex, I
good.
want to say you kind of ruined my idea with the hot pot place, because I was like, why don't we do hot pots? And then, because me and Alex were going to do it fucking Friday anyway.
You were like, oh, let's just fucking make hot pot?
Let's just do hot pots.
Yeah, like go to the restaurant that does them,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Not make them in your house?
No.
Okay. How'd I ruin your idea then? I just gave you the location.
Because I was going to go there anyway.
Oh.
And
You can do
then
something
now
else if you
I
want to.
don't know. Now I don't know what we're going to do Friday. But that's fine.
Go bowling.
Because if we go out Thursday with you guys, then I don't have to do shift.
God, I want to go bowling again.
Kind of good.
But it's golf is starting
Me,
to pick back
Alex,
up again.
we need to get back into bowling again. 'Cause
We gotta
bowling is
go. We
great.
gotta go on what? Fucking like Tuesdays or Thursdays? What day do you have off in the week?
I don't fucking have any specific days off, man.
Oh, because you always get it's like super cheap in the week to bowl. It was like
I think it's
$3 games on Wednesdays. Or some shit.
Wednesdays.
All of them were.
I think Wednesdays sound right, but I don't think I'll ever get a Wednesday off.
That's okay. That's my gaming day anyway.
Yeah.
Madeline's not even home.
I do
just
want to
come
start
home and play
going
games.
bowling more often though, because we kind of killed it. After not doing it for so long, I was like, damn, I'm actually still pretty alright.
That's
know.
what I'm hoping when I go bowling again for the first time soon. But it's not.
Are we gonna do a bowling day when they all come up, Alex?
I'm hoping
Yeah.
for his bachelor quote
I'm
unquote
gonna have
party.
to take like wait, hold on. I'm gonna have to take like a week off for all this.
Yeah.
I'm already taking a week off.
I'm
So.
gonna be taking off like a week and a half.
All right, I'm gonna have to take off like a whole week.
Because
I know-
other than people being here, I'm gonna have to like actually, be planning shit and getting.
Yeah. I really do want to go for his party, at least bowling. I'm not sure what else. I kind of want to do karaoke, but I don't know how fun that would be with everyone. You know.
Douglas would love you.
But I need an inside man for this operation because I don't know any good spots there. And
I don't know what karaoke is over here.
I don't know any of that shit either.
Yeah.
But
I don't know if you're looking for like
Club-
Japanese style karaoke where you get a room because I don't even think we have that shit. We just
that's
have
what I'm thinking of.
karaoke
I ain't doing
bars
that.
where-
I ain't doing karaoke bar. You can go fuck yourself. I'd rather drink than go on stage. At that point, you might as well have a home bar at like your house or something. Invade your
Yeah, we just
personal
get a
space.
karaoke machine for Alex's place.
There
I'm
go.
sure you can
Yeah.
rent them out.
You don't even need to rent them out. Just fucking find a YouTube video and start singing your hearts out. You know?
My neighbors would kill us.
Oh, guaranteed.
Dude,
Yeah.
yeah.
You could be.
Well,
Oh my god.
my granddad's here this year, so we can't do it at my place.
I was gonna say. So for
Your granddad's are the whole year.
No, he's gonna be here in like a
Oh.
week,
just play rugby.
And then he's there for the rest of the year?
probably.
Damn.
Yeah,
So it sounds like
these-
you're looking for a place to live now, huh, Tristan?
Yeah, I don't. Base. So Alex, how was that basement?
That still unfinished as fuck.
Yeah, and you think I give a shit?
And I ain't cleaning that fucking basement, bro.
I've already
help you.
offered. I'll move in, 0 rent. I'll finish it up for you.
I'm not gonna say 0, right? Oh, I'd definitely pay you something at least. But Alex, how's that basement?
I'd have to ask Madeline.
See, I don't want to
Listen, I
invade the
co-live in this house.
newlyweds, house. I just don't think that's gonna be a good time for anybody involved.
I don't think that's well. I mean, I could have Alex over there. That's the reason why I give a shit. Like, so I don't know about when my granddad gets back. I don't know how he's gonna feel about this.
Is you having a girlfriend thing?
Well, I mean, I don't think he cares because he's like, well, blah blah blah. But family members have seen her now, so it's like. But I just don't know. I don't know how he feels about having her over though.
Let's put the old necktie on. No, on the doorway.
What?
No, y'all motherfuckers never been in a college dorm before?
No.
No,
A sock on the doorknob, you mean?
No, it's over here. It's a necktie on the door.
We used to do socks on doorknobs. That meant you were jerking off.
Oh, a necktie on the door went. Well, I have someone over.
Or
You're supposed to
fucking.
leave the fuck away. Not that I ever experienced that, but Yeah. Well, it's been about 2 hours, as per usual.
Yeah. I think we should.
Y'all
wrap this up
motherfuckers
here.
seem about as high on energy as like a Duracell battery bunny man when he has no batteries in it.
Yeah, I
Wow.
do apologize. I am starting to run out of energy towards the end of this and get pretty tired.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I have to wake up fucking at 7 a.m.
Do apologize.
I have no excuses, but yeah.
Well, thank you for joining us, Tristan. I know we didn't go on too many topics because we don't really keep topics lists. We tried, and then people kept on asking what's the topics, and I kept on telling them it's called winging it. It's like eating chicken wings.
The only reason why I said topics is because I was like, I know I've been rambling on about knives for like a good 3 minutes.
And that's the great thing about this is, I mean, you heard me ramble on about environment twice because these fuckers kept poking me.
I mean, I poked you the second time, so.
So I mean, it's whatever you want to talk about. That's great, as long as it's slightly, you know.
I can't believe he lumped me in with Xander when I had nothing to do with that.
You did. You literally brought it around on the second bout. You started the second bout.
It was
I
Tristan.
mean, I was gonna say.
Yes.
I just kept asking you questions.
Because I'm passionate about it. I'll talk about it. It's like knives. It's like cooking. You know, I don't. It's stuff. This is one of the reasons why I made the podcast. Is so mostly because I'm getting up there in age, and I realized that, you know, it's good to have a record of things I've done. And so talking about this stuff later on, if I ever get married with someone and have kids or whatever, I can throw them this podcast and be like, learn about your father. Here you go. This is what me and my friends do.
Yeah, and then I go, your father has a dark history called the 6 years I knew him before the podcast existed.
We had
let
an
me
entire.
tell you about that.
We need to have a podcast episode
Alex,
about.
it's called a spin-off.
We need to have a podcast episode about all the bot commands on that fucking server. I swear. We need to archive them
There's
somehow.
a lot of not
No,
good for stream
I was gonna-
things for
Hold
behind
on.
those commands.
This sounds like a bad idea.
Speedrunning getting banned any percent. We could start with command 1.
I don't know. What do we roll? Let's roll the dice. What do we roll today?
No, I thought we were gonna go
section?
down the command list. What's the thing?
I don't know. Random clone with a exclamation part.
Okay, random clone is okay.
That's what I'm talking about. Anks, I swear to God.
Sewer to God.
Suar to God.
All right. Let's see what
Oh,
command
you're
we got here.
safe. I lied.
Yeah, that was on me. He fucked me up on that one.
Oh God, I still can't believe I messed up Alex. I swear to God, so bad that it became
Okay.
a fucking meme.
Command 1, we have exclamation point Aaron Rodgers. I do not fucking know what that is.
Okay, I didn't mean that. I
Do
meant
it.
my bot
Do it.
thing. I don't know about those ones. Aaron Rodgers? What the fuck?
Did I spell it right? Oh, there has to be optional text, huh? Did I not fucking copy the goddamn thing?
I don't think you know what you're doing.
Maybe it got rid
What's
of.
the optional text? Wow.
I can't hate. He has the same privileges. Actually, I think Alex has more privileges.
Hey, I can't help but notice mine worked.
Optional text.
Does yours work? What? Where are you doing these?
Yeah.
He's doing it in the wrong channel, and I should.
I am doing it in the voice text channel because I'm at Discord, ruiner of channels. Which one do you want me to do in? Bots? Like
Bots,
it's supposed to
probably.
be?
You know, the waste channel.
Yeah,
The
and
Race
bots.
Channel? Yeah. The one
So
that never
where
gets used
everybody
anymore.
else does them.
Yeah. All right. It's been 2 hours. I'm gonna end the podcast again. Tristan, thanks for coming out.
Yeah, man.
Thank you.
I'll be back
Xander,
on eventually, but
and
it
Alex.
just depends on schedule.
Yeah, I would love to have you on more. I mean, that's the thing. Like I said, I like this as a record keeper. YouTube's not going to be around forever. I should eventually download all these and put them on an external at some point. But, yeah, it's fun. It's always fun. Just shooting the shit, doing the same thing we do while playing video games or hanging out. That's the point of this.
Yeah.
Is
Interaction failed. Meme boy, get the fuck together.
yeah. So again, Alexander, thank you for always being a gracious host that can't introduce yourselves properly for once in your goddamn life.
No,
One of these
I will
days,
never.
you guys should fucking host the fucking goddamn
Whoa.
fucking fuck.
Before we quit, what's the environmentalist fact?
I knew you were gonna ask this. According to the BBC, I don't know what source they're
That's
using.
not that reliable, but okay.
The BBC is pretty reliable in terms of climate change and shit. The
All right.
ozone layer might be recovered in a few decades.
Oh,
Wow,
we've
it's such
saved it, ladies and gentlemen.
so interesting. I fucking hate it when I read headlines like this.
There
But
is.
this might go back to normal. I'm gonna fucking murder you.
We just spent 2 hours confirming a lot of things.
Have
We can
that.
start killing. We can start cutting down trees. We can cut
To
down
be
a lot
fair,
of trees.
though, in a
We're
side
gonna
note,
do it.
I did recently see some interesting news about aeroponics, which is like a hydroponics, but instead of having, you know, like a grower in your house and stuff like that, it's the plants are fully aerated, so there's no like soil. It's all just out in the air, and it's very, very delicate. Like you could mess with the pH once, and the plant will wilt and die. But that's interesting. It's all in vertical columns. and I was reaching into it a little bit more, and it's a lot. They're trying to advance technology that direction for, kind of like a cheaper hydroponics for space travel. So that's kind of neat. Having something like that might help with desertification, like China or any other places that are having huge bouts of desertification due to overharvest of their lands.
Is it usable on a wide scale?
Yeah, I mean, if you learn how to hydroponics is usable on a wide scale, and technically hydroponics is the way we should be farming because it uses about 60% less water than normal, or maybe it's 20%. It's a huge difference between the two, but less water than normal farming practices, because outdoor farming practices is very wasteful in terms of water, fertilization, things like that, and it takes up a lot of space, and it ruins waterways. And because people are grandfathered claused into having water rights, newer farms that do better practices.
All right, this has been a great podcast.
Yeah,
we should do 40 hours of environmentalist talk in the next 40 episodes.
I'll fucking soapbox this for the entire life. But yeah, again, thank you, Tristan. Thank you, Alex. Thank you, Xander.
Yes,
anytime, guys.
I hope you come
had a great time.
Join again, Tristan.
All right.
Yeah,
I'll talk to you guys later. I'm going to end the stream now.
All right.
Wow.
Well, with that, folks, the stream is at ending. Thank you for coming out, as always. Hopefully you enjoyed the podcast. And if you did, again, spread the word. Force people to follow, or don't force them to follow. Hit that follow button. Doesn't do any harm. Turn off notifications. I don't fucking care. And if you enjoyed. If you didn't, I'm sorry to hear that. Hopefully the next one will be better for you. Have a good one, folks.